Hi Creepies, Reanimator here. We're coming at you with another YouTube video. We are going to discuss Streamer Chat Tuesdays. Streamer Chat Tuesdays goes down live over on mixer.com/reanimator, right there. If you would like to join us live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time over on Mixer, you can join in the live Q&A on how to make your stream better, how to make you better, tips and tricks and advice on creating content and branding and marketing, all sorts of fun stuff over on Streamer Chat Tuesdays. In this episode, we brought on two special guests, DillingerBanks and BattiePage. These guys, I like to call them human hunters because this is what they do for a living. They actually hunt and find people. Now, they came on the show today and explained to us several ways on why and how to protect our personal information. This goes for anybody who's using the internet, your children, your spouse, you, whether you're a viewer, whether you surf the web, or if you are a content creator. Many times content creators don't realize what is out there and about them out on the internet. The internet is giant. It's never ending, and anything that gets put out there is there forever. So in this video, we go over the tools and tips that you need to protect yourself and your family and your personal data. Enjoy the show, and if you have any questions, please feel free to add comments down below and I will respond, as well as if you have any questions on today's information about how to protect yourself on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, or any social media app, you can join my Discord and ask the questions directly to DillingerBanks and or BattiePage. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy the show, and if you like today's content, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Also, turn on that awesome little notification button, and you'll know every time I either go live or upload a video over on YouTube. I will slash you later. Bye-bye. Because I add my recordings to YouTube and to Twitch and to Facebook. So this will be great. Hopefully we don't have any issues. Yeah, right? The Batty Schwarzenegger. Oh, you guys are funny. I am going to introduce BattiePage. BattiePage is a Horde member here. She is also, I don't know what her technical name is for what she does for a living, but I like to call her a human hunter. Because that's exactly what she does. She hunts and information online. And like I said yesterday, I like to pride myself on being hard to find information on the internet, and for the most part I am for most normal people. But for BattiePage and DillingerBanks, I gave them a little bit of a challenge, but they still found information on me that I did not realize was still out there that, you know, could be detrimental if someone really looked hard enough to try to hurt me. And so Battie is going to discuss what you can do to protect yourself, whether you're a content creator or whether you're a viewer, whether you have children that use the online, but to protect yourself online, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. And I'm just going to give Battie the floor right meow.
Oh, that's so... No pressure.
No pressure.
Hi, I'm BattiePage. So
I think you're going in and out.
Oh.
You might, yeah, there we go. Oh, and Dillinger just joined us as well.
Can you hear me now? Is everything...
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm a crime analyst. I work for local law enforcement in the Denver area. I hear a lot of background noise.
Yep, Dillinger.
Sorry, hold on, wait. Can I mute this?
I love this technical difficulties. We have them. I have anytime I use
Stop flushing the toilet.
Yeah, well, we're trying to figure that out, Night Jammy. It does bumpiest, and you can change that in your settings. You can change that in your settings on Xbox. We can actually go through that.
Yes, so I'm in the Denver. So what I do is I work for the Investigations Division cases, crimes investigators. people that they need to find, bad guys, not just.
Why are we going in and out? I hear her. She's going in and out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, we're trying to see what the why it's cutting out.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yep, I hear you.
Say
All right, buy my Hot Fire mixtape. All right, Batty. So I was actually listening in, and it might be your phone might be set to pick up your voice. And so the best advice I can give you is pretend you're mad at me and make sure you raise your voice at the phone.
That's so easy.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to talk a little bit louder.
You don't have to try very hard.
No, you make me mad all the time. Okay, so
I
anyway, I'm a crime analyst. The investigators come to find bad guys that maybe they just have a name, associate, or something like that. And then I will do social media skills. I also have databases where I can find bad guys. I can't just find random, so I have like everybody's social security number. But anyway.
Batty, you're cutting in and out. At least for me, I don't know if for anybody
Yeah.
else. Try using it without the headphones. And while you're testing that, so I am also a crime analyst. Although, wow, that is really loud, Batty. Oh my God, you got feedback.
We are just
I'm also
going
crime.
over Streamer Chat Tuesdays with Dillinger and BattiePage. They are going to show us and talk to us about protecting our personal information online. And Zombie, thank you for the host, and Outlandish, thank you for the host as well.
So I am a crime analyst. Believe it or not, actually, Batty and I started at the same department, and she actually taught me how to do my job. She was in the unit before I was, and then I got way better at it than she did. So I'm a crime analyst, and I actually transferred over to doing brand protection and online investigations. So we branched apart a little bit, but I basically do the same thing that Batty does, only I do it for large entertainment companies, telecoms, that kind of deal.
Interesting.
Okay, I took off my headphones. Does that sound better to you guys?
Yeah, so far it sounds good.
I mean, we can't do a whole lot about your voice, but it's coming through a lot clearer.
I'm trying to put my mouth like right up against the phone.
That's what she said.
Okay, hi Regal. Okay, so what happened was, Ra was talking about, how she's kind of unfindable, so on the internet, and she kind of is, but being that we do what we do, I kind of took it upon myself to see if I could find anything. And I found a little bit of information, and then we contacted Ra, and then we told her, hey, look, this is what we found. I know that you're trying to make yourself like super anonymous. And so she kind of asked us, she gave us the go ahead to kind of figure out what else can you find on me. So we did a social media scrub, basically. There was a lot of stuff. Not a lot, but there was some stuff on social media that we were able to find on her and put 2 and 2 together, basically on comments and people that she's friends with. We kind of figured out, okay, if there's a bad actor out there and they like go through your comments and go through all your old posts, they can kind of figure out what your name is, what your family's name is, what company you're with. So that's how it started. And then Dillinger, if you want to go into kind of what you did.
So, I mean, the long and the short of it is we get paid to be professional creepers. And it like Batty said, it kind of was one of those things where Ra, and I warned you, Ra. I said, stop saying it, or we're gonna, start looking into it. Through some obscure social media stuff, we were able to find some partially identifying information on Raw. So once Batty passed that off to me, I started looking around on Google, and this is, by the way, this is all what's called OSINT, open source intelligence. So we're not using any type of special tools. We're not using any type of government-related tools. So there is a system that Batty has access to where she can, run criminal histories and all that kind of stuff, and we didn't want to go that route. We wanted to go a route of, again, OSINT, open source intelligence. And OSINT is literally available to everybody. This is your Google. This is your your property, your tax assessor, your property records, your marriage licenses. All this information, a lot of people don't realize, is free, and it's available to literally everybody. You might have to pay a fee in some provinces or jurisdictions, but at the end of the day, it is free information, or it is freely available. And so, using the information that Batty passed off to me, I started doing some OSINT searches on what she found, and doing that, I was actually able to find a piece of identifying information. And if I'm being vague, Ra and I, we all talked about it, and we're going to give kind of very broad terms. We're not in the business of putting anybody's information out there, and we don't want to actually instruct people how to do what we do, but rather just shine a light on it is possible. So I was able to find some scraps of information that actually led me to a business that Ra was associated with at one point in time. And using that scrap of information, I found this business that she used to be associated with. Batty, can you mute yourself? I'm getting some.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. And so I was able to find that business. I was able to find some other information that, Ra didn't think was out there. And so I turned over everything that I found over to Ra. And I think you were kind of surprised, right, Ra? That we actually got that far?
I was very surprised. And you guys found information off of a name that I don't even use anymore. So they really dug deep. They did. They found things that I didn't even know they were still out there.
And the whole point is that, and we found a stopping point, but the kind of long and the short of it is, if somebody has a little bit of know-how, a lot of free time, they can find just about anything. And again, like Rod just said, this was using a name that isn't even her real name, a name that she hasn't been associated with in a long time. But what people need to remember is that everything that shows up on the internet can potentially live on forever. There are OSINT tools like the Wayback Machine. This is free to everybody. So the Wayback Machine basically crawls the internet, kind of like Google Maps does for, Street View and all that kind of deal. And it crawls the internet and basically makes a cache of what websites look like at that point in time. So if you go, and this is 100% legal, this is 100% open to everybody and 100% free. If you go into Google and you search for the Wayback Machine and you put in a website, and it'll return for you all the times that website has been crawled. And you can see what a website looked like back in the year 2000. What it looked like back in 1998, which is probably older than some of you guys. And so using all these kinds of tools, if somebody has, again, a little bit of free time or a little bit of know-how and a lot of free time, they can find just about anything that they want on it. And so talking with Ra about what we found, we kind of gave her some tips on things that she could do. There was an address that I found that was associated with her at some point. I don't think it was residential, but it was an address, because things that you have to remember is, business addresses, your family's addresses, your address, friends. Anytime that you've ever filled anything out where you've got an address, it could potentially be tied to you. So we gave her some tips on kind of what to do to make stuff disappear. So, for example, if you find yourself on a website that you don't remember being on, or for whatever reason, because again, public information is public, you can actually contact the site owner or the registrant. And Betty, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about how to get stuff taken off of.
you can go on a website called whois.com, I believe that's what it's called, and then you can find out who the webmaster is and request to remove yourself from that site, especially if it's something old that you're not associated with anymore. But you know, when we're kids, we have MySpaces. We usually put like a lot of our personal information on there, and so even though we may not use it anymore, it's still on there, and if somebody really wants to, they could find out who you are. Yeah, exactly, Regal. But you can contact the webmaster and have them try to take it down for you. It's up to them whether they're going to comply, but at least, you know, you have a shot at getting that removed. And Facebook, that kind of stuff, that doesn't really go away. You can only like deactivate your Facebook. You can't really like delete it from the internet. So everything still lives on there. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is that, I don't know how it is in Canada, but in the States, if you have a voter registration, that shit is online. All the information that you put on your voter registration is online. I did a search for myself in Colorado, and because there is a website that they have all Colorado voter registrations. So I found my name, and it has my date of birth, it has my age, it has like all the last 5 addresses I lived at, and it has my phone number because I'm an idiot and I put my phone number in my voter registration.
Come on, rookie
Don't
mistake.
do that. Oh, I found you too, Dillinger. But you didn't have your phone number because you're smarter than me.
That's right. That's right. And that's not even my actual political party. That's just what I put on there for the government.
You don't have a political party associated with you. I do. I'm an idiot.
Actually, my political party is just the Let's Party. So, just saying.
Yeah. But that's an easy way for people to get information on you. Because I found like 5 or 6 different entries on myself, and it has my accurate phone number on there and my real home address. So that's super scary. But
cool.
There are ways.
Thank you for exposing this. I appreciate it. Thank you, honey.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They don't know our real names, and they never will. And we don't have our faces on the internet. So,
Nope.
Not that it matters. But so you can go on these like People Finder and Spokeo and all these websites that people use to search people, and you can request to be removed from those lists. You just have to go to the actual website, and there's a section on there. It's different for every website, but if anybody has any questions, you can DM me and I'll get that specific information for you. You can request to have yourself removed from like white pages and all those Finder search websites. Another thing that is super important if you don't want people to know who you really are. No, Serial, I'm Darth Vader. I'm not Trooper.
Get it together, Serial.
Yeah. Another thing that we've talked about is Xbox. If you have your name associated with your Xbox, or at least it's visible to your friends list, that's if it's visible to everybody, that's like a big no-no. Like for example, my PS4 name associated with my PS4 is a fake name. It's Janet Snakehole. Points for whoever figures out where that's from. But like use an alias, or don't put your name associated with your Xbox gamer tag at all.
Well, no. To that end, actually, hold on real quick. On that, you can use your actual name because you're creating a Microsoft account, and if it's your main account and the whole deal, a lot of times they kind of want you to use your actual name because you're also attaching payment forms to it and the whole deal. You can use your actual name. But there's some people, and I'm about to freak some people out right now, and I guarantee you, a bunch of y'all are gonna hit your Xbox button in a moment of panic. A bunch of you on my friends list in this horde, I can see your real name next to your gamer tag. That is the big no-no right there. You can use your actual name. That's not 100% an issue, because as long as you're not displaying it next to your gamer tag, the only real way for that to get out is if either A, there's a leak, like in the event of a hack or something like that, or B, you exposed it somewhere else that is tied to your Microsoft account. But a big mistake that I see over and over and over again, like I said, some of y'all are on my friends list, and I know your real first and last name. And Regal, not to put you out there, actually, you said that you Googled yourself and you were very amazed at how much information is out there about you. If you're using your real name on anything and it's attached to something that is very, very specific or particular to you, you've actually done yourself a disservice. And what I mean by that is the name Regal Oncer, and I think that's how you pronounce it. I've always wanted to ask you, but I never really gotten around to it. But the name Regal Oncer is a very specific name. If I Google that name, I'm going to probably find you at a lot of places where you have used that username or that gamer tag. But if at some point along the line you attached your real name to that gamer tag, you've now done yourself a disservice because you used something that could be general. There could be a lot of John Does in the world, but you tied it to something very specific that is only unique to you, which is Regal Oncer.
I know there were a couple of questions in chat. I'm watching on Xbox, so I can't really scroll up. But I don't know if Raw, you can let us know what the questions are.
Yeah, for sure. I will definitely let you all know. I'll let you and Dillinger know the questions. If anyone does have any questions, please ask. This is not to scare you. This is to protect you, to give you the information that's needed to protect your information. Most of us have kids out there that are on the internet. Ourselves are on there. We've made Facebook pages and Twitter with our phone numbers and our date of birth. Well, me, I use all fake names. But the fact of the matter is that some of you made these accounts 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and you may not realize what's out there. There are also steps that I'm going to show you once we're done talking here. I'm going to show you on Facebook to protect yourself. These are some of the things that I do, and I learned something else by what Battie and Dillinger found on me. So I'll be showing you that as well. Thank you to everyone who is resubbing to me on my Patreon page. I really do appreciate it. It is resubbing time. Guntar, thank you for that resub as well. This is general info that a lot of people do not know. Mino is exactly right. Now, I'm not a professional searcher like Battie and Dillinger, but I know enough and where to search to try to find things on you guys. And, if somebody has some ill will towards you and they want to hurt you, they will put the time in to find that information on you. And there are sick people out there. Trust me, there are sick people.
And to that end, actually, one thing, and like Ross said, it's not to scare anybody. It's not to, make you guys think that you need to go live in a bunker somewhere or something like that. That's not the case at all. It is to keep you all safe. But the biggest thing the biggest reason why this all matters, because I've heard that a lot in doing what Battie and I do, is, oh, well, what's the big deal? I'm nobody. I'm, just some person who cares. The biggest reason why this all matters is you don't know what somebody's intentions are. And because I know a lot of you guys are streamers or trying to become streamers in the whole deal, look at the the prevalence in things like swatting. Troll culture is a huge thing right
Hold
now.
on.
It's absolutely...
She froze for a sec. Go back a little bit in what you were saying.
I guess we froze.
Okay. So what I was saying is, a lot of folks have we run into this a lot in what we do, where people are like, well, what does it matter? I'm nobody. I'm from, who cares where, in the middle of nowhere. What's anybody going to do with my information? And the answer lies in the question.
We froze again. We froze again. I am recording this as well. Okay. So we will have it recorded. Refresh? That's really all I can tell you.
Oh, yeah,
guys.
we crashed. Hold
I'm
up.
not
Let me
offline.
refresh.
That's right. So much awesome information that Mixer can't handle.
Exactly.
Or we're being censored by the Mixer government.
We can yeah. I'm offline on Mixer's side of things because Mixer works so great.
Oh, no, you just went live.
Yep, we just went live again. So I do apologize to anyone who is getting my live notifications because we stream on Mixer. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, welcome. So,
Welcome.
and I'll backtrack a little bit just in case anybody lost any of it. A big thing that we hear a lot in doing what we do is, what does this matter? What does it matter if somebody knows my name? I'm nobody. What are they going to do with it? Whatever your explanation is. And the answer lies in the question. You don't know what somebody wants or will do with your information. We do live in a what do you call it? In a time where troll culture is a thing. It's 100% toxic. And look at the prevalence. Look at how often now people are swatting and threatening to swat people. And it's become this almost normal thing, which is kind of fucked if you think about it. But swatting is a thing, troll culture is a thing, and you never know what somebody's going to do just for a laugh. So while in your mind you're somebody, you're John Doe who lives out in the middle of nowhere, and you just wanted to, make a, friends on Xbox, somebody else may just use that information to give themselves a laugh while making a YouTube video or something like that. So that's a big reason why you want to protect yourself.
It's definitely scary out there. Night Jammy, swatting is when somebody calls the police and say, "Hi, this is so and so." They don't even have to say who they are. They're anonymous. "Hi, somebody is in the house, holding a gun to their mother's head. I heard gunshots go off. I heard people screaming. It's at 1234 Bite My Ass Lane, and I think people are dying." That's all they have to say. "I heard gunshots and I think someone is being held hostage." Or they can call, like this previous one that's in the news now, basically called and said, "Hi, I just shot my father. I'm holding my mother, my brother, and sister hostage at gunpoint in the bathroom," and hung up the phone. They were able to give them an address of somebody who wasn't even involved in gaming, and the guy was recently murdered by the SWAT team in the United States. It's scary as fuck, because this guy that died wasn't even involved in the swatting or the video game or on comms with anybody. He wasn't even a gamer, nor did he even own a fucking console. So this person gave this other person, so person A gave person B a fake address. Person B decided it would be funny if I swat this person A. So person B called the police up, did exactly what I just told you, said, "I'm holding my mother hostage, I shot my father, blah, blah, blah. I'm at this address." They sent the SWAT team to his house. He opened up the door, went to reach for his head, and he was shot and killed by the SWAT team. This is just one major incident that turned out from some tiny little thing. And this guy was person C. He had nothing to do with any of this and was murdered, and in cold blood, because some kid, literally 15-year-old, thought it would be funny. Yes, in the United States, swatting is huge. In my country, not as much as the United States, and in UK, not as much. The United States has a ton of swatting, and it's not hard to find your information, or even just to give a false identity to somebody. It's that easy. Pick up the phone, call the police, put in a threat, give them the address, and there you go.
And because I saw a question roll by, even if they catch the swatter, this is such a new thing that laws take a long time, obviously, to draft, to go through revisions, and then finally get adopted and put into motion. Right now, because it's such a new thing, and this was never a thing. This is literally a last decade problem. Even if they catch the swatter, a lot of times they will walk with a slap on the wrist, maybe some, some community service, maybe a couple days in jail at best, because the courts don't understand what this even is. I mean, you've got a bunch of these old-time judges sitting up there, and you now have to give them a crash course on what Mixer is, what Twitch is, what streaming is, what swatting is, and all this kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, they try to chalk it up to misuse of 911 or whatever, which usually carries a pretty minimal punishment. So that's the other side of it all, is even if they catch them, a lot of times they don't actually get a very stiff penalty.
Exactly. And there are tips that you can do as a content creator. You can go to your RCMP or your local police department. You can explain to them what you do. And the thing is that most police departments have no idea what streaming is or what you do. So you will have to explain to them. Now, some areas, they actually have a form that you would fill out as a content creator. It still doesn't fully protect you against being swatted. It helps, but it doesn't stop it. There are numerous things you can do as well to protect yourself from being swatted or personal information. And again, that's covering your ass on the internet. You can hand off things to your police department, but that's not foolproof, right? You can still slip through the cracks. Your best bet is to cover your information. Find out what is out there on you. Pretend to be that creeper that wants to hurt you. Find out what you are looking for. See if you can find it. If you can find it, then any Joe Blow will be able to find it. And if somebody has any experience, even at nearly half of the experience of Battie and Dillinger, then they will be able to find you. And there are many people that have been swatted over on Twitch. There are videos on it. There are YouTube videos on it. And like Dillinger was saying, swatting is so new that they don't have any laws on it. There's nothing. And you are now trying to fight and get a jail time sentence for the person who swatted you. And there's really nothing on the books about it, right? This is not a known thing to all police officers either. Some of them just don't understand. So you need to be very diligent in what you are doing and be proactive and protect yourself.
Yeah, so another thing I wanted to mention is to protect yourself, even if you're not a content creator, because most of us aren't. I'm not. But basically, if you have social media, don't use your real name unless you have like a Facebook just for family and friends, close friends that you know, and then have like a separate one with your alias or your gamer tag or whatever. If you have a Facebook, lock that shit down, because we can find anything.
Yeah.
If it's public, if you have your friends list open, we could find people that you know. And anybody can find, not just us, but anybody can find people that you know, people that you're associated with. And even if you don't have, like, for example, Ra lives in Canada, and she doesn't have that she lives in Canada on her Facebook profile. But let's say that she had her friends list open. I could click through her friends, and if I see a majority of them, they list that they live in Canada, then I can take an educated guess and say, okay, this person lives in Canada, or whatever.
And if I can actually take that, because some people try to be wise about it, it's not just locking down your friends, it's locking down literally everything that is part of your personal Facebook. And what I mean by that is, even if Ra's got her friends locked down, but I can still see her interests, and I see that she's liked a lot of businesses that are local to Canada, or we'll just say Toronto. They're specific to Toronto. I can now take an educated guess that A, she's in the Toronto area, and B, if I was really trying to stalk her, I can go to any one of these places that she now has listed as being places that she likes to visit. And I mean, it might take me a while, but if I'm a huge loser troll that has nothing better to do, I'm going to go to all these places as frequently as I can to see if I can't run into her.
That and all the check-ins you guys do. Check-ins on Facebook. Don't fucking check in. Don't check in. You are literally giving anybody on the internet to see where you are at this time. I think those check-ins are super dangerous. Not only that, but your friends, let's say you have it full on lockdown, but your mother-in-law decides to post on one of your tweets saying, hey, a picture of your mother-in-law should be up on that wall. Now somebody knows, oh, this Joe Blow here is Ra's mother-in-law. Clicks on my mother-in-law. Maybe she doesn't have her profile on lockdown. Boom, finds out more information, opens up another thing, and can easily find information about me and my family just by one little fuck up by someone posting something on my Facebook page. Having people tag you in things is another no-no. Your friends are out at the nightclub called the Queens and they tagged you in this post saying, I wish you were here, or hey, we're all down at the Queens, and tag you, even though you may have your profile on lockdown. Any tags people can easily click on. Your friends may not be as diligent as you are in locking down their Facebook pages. So there are numerous ways, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a little bit, how to lock down everything.
I just saw what Tenacious and Shortcat both said. That was actually going to be one of my the things I was going to bring up. That's an excellent point. On your phones, on your laptops, on your devices, anything that is potentially GPS enabled, you need to find how to go into your specific device and turn all that off. Because, and like Shortcat actually mentioned, if I get a copy of an original picture, like let's say you're sharing with people on your Discord, which some of you all, as your channel grows and whatnot, you might want to get your own Discord server, the whole deal, and that's great. But let's say you share a picture like Bra tends to do with us, right? Hey, I'm here, and she wants to share parts of her life with her friends. If I grab that original picture, there's what's called EXIF data.
EXIF, yeah.
And I can go in there and this is, anybody can do this. It's not just me, Dillinger or Beth. Anybody can do this for free, and you can go into that EXIF data, and it will actually give a coordinates, a latitude and longitude, a date and a time of when and where that picture was taken.
Yep.
Another super important thing is that if y'all have Google accounts, Google keeps track of literally everything ever. So this is more for like the advanced hackers or whatever, but if they hack into your Gmail account, they can literally find out where you've been at all times, because Google literally, if you have your phone with you, Google knows where you are, and they know where you live based on where you go to sleep at night, because it has date and time data. So based on that, if a hacker has hacked into your Gmail account and they find your location history, if you lay your head down at 1234 XYZ Lane every night, then they know, okay, that's your address. So that's turn off location on Google, because Google keeps track of literally everything ever in your life. It's good for investigators. It's bad for not bad people.
And one more thing on all your accounts, any account that supports two-factor authentication, don't ask why, just turn it on. I guarantee, because I have two-factor authentication on everything that I have that I can enable it on, and I will every so often get alerts from somebody trying to log into my accounts from Turkey. I've had a few from China. I've had one in Indonesia. And if it wasn't for two-factor authentication, I would have never known.
Yeah, two-factor is very important to us. Zionix55, welcome to the Horde. Tori, we're sorry, we're not really here to scare you, but we're here to give you the knowledge to protect yourself, because there are people out there that want to hurt you, and you know what? There are predators, online predators, that look for women and children, specifically look for women and children. And with this day and age, everything is out there. My face is on my YouTube, my Facebook, Mixer, Twitch. Anybody that's wanting to hurt me could try. It's not going to be fucking easy, but they could try to find me. Turning off your location, Sassy Sweet. Thank you for that, host. Two-factor is good on everything. I have two-factor on everything of mine. Locking down your Facebook, going through your settings, shutting off everything. And I can go over exactly what to shut off. I also found a nifty little tool inside Facebook that allows you to block certain words and paragraphs from your profile. So that, let's say your mother-in-law does type on your shit there, and she says mother-in-law, and that word is a blocked word, it'll block that word out on your comments. I will go through that stuff once we're done with Battie and Dillinger.
One thing, if you all, and I showed this to Raw, if you, let's say you own your own house, or something to that effect, you can have that scrubbed off of Google Earth, which Rob might walk you guys through. And I'm looking through the comments, like Battie said, like Ross said, it's not to freak anybody out, but if it does freak you out, that is a good thing to have happen, because now you start understanding how important it is to actually be active with your own information and your own personal safety. Big important things that people also tend to overlook. If you've got a streamer account for Facebook, Instagram, what have you, and if you have a personal account for the same services, the same platforms, like the Ghostbusters, never cross those streams. You should never invite or allow any type of bleed or crossover between those two accounts, even if they're on the same platform. On your streamer account, on anything that's part of your branding account, it is 100% always to do with whatever your brand is, whatever it is that you are quote unquote selling, whether it's streaming, whether it's you're selling products, goods, services, whatever the case may be. On your personal one, that's the one that you never want to make any reference to your brand on your personal one, because like I said earlier, now you've tied yourself, something general like a name to something specific like your gamer tag, which is very, very unique. And turn on your personal accounts, lock it down 100% off. It's not to be rude, it's not to be an a-hole, but frankly, there's no reason for your personal Instagram, Facebook, anything like that to be open to the public, because frankly, nobody cares. Nobody cares that you went to McDonald's or anything like that. Your friends, your family, people that you know, they care. Anybody else who's just visiting your site at your Instagram, whatever it is, and it's all open and they're just looking through all your pictures and whatnot, they're doing it because they're nosy as shit.
Exactly. Well, this is not Watchdogs. This is us giving you guys information on how to protect yourself online. Not many people realize how vulnerable they are, especially our children. We allow our children to have Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Xbox, game tags, all of this stuff. And the simplest things that you can do to protect your children and yourself. And I'm a content creator and I'm out there. My face is out there on everything. My brand is out there on everything. We're just trying to show you the ways to protect yourself from anybody who may want to hurt you. You may say there's nobody out there that wants to hurt me, but I will tell you, you know how many people I've pissed off playing a round of Dead by Daylight? Or how I pissed off somebody because I told them they couldn't play a video game with me? I get hate mail. I have people that took my my business email and signed me up for spam accounts on numerous sites. Thankfully, I have my email on lockdown. All of these spam things go right to the junk folder and go and get deleted automatically, so I never have to deal with it. But people will get mad at you over the simplest things, and you want to protect yourself. If you're feeling, scared right now, good, kind of good. Check yourself, Google yourself, search yourself, find out what's out there, because if you can find out what's out there, somebody with half a brain who knows what they're doing in this field can find out even more. There is a Netflix show called Don't Fuck with Cats. That thing, I can't watch it because I cried, so I had to turn it off. But there is this lady who literally searched for the guy who was killing these cats on the internet. And she was able to find information through a photograph that they found. They finally found a photograph which gave them the name and location, the phone, everything of where he took that picture from. So they were able to find him. Now, I had to turn that show off because I couldn't handle it because of the amount of abuse and stabbings that were happening to animals. But that TV show there, that documentary, it just goes to show you how easy anybody could, with a little bit of knowledge, find anything they want on you through a picture or through your Facebook. And there are things in Facebook that I want to show you that you can turn off to protect yourself.
Yeah, another thing you can do is, I don't know if everybody can do it, but there's a way to request on Google Earth and Google Maps for you to be able to blur out your house. You can request that on Google.
Yeah, that is available to everybody. I want to say you do have to provide some kind of proof that it is your property. And to my understanding, it is not reversible. So once it happens, it happens. But yes, that is something that is available, I believe, to everybody. Also, outlandish, I saw your question. DuckDuckGo does claim to be 100% free from cookies, tracking, anything like that. But some things that you do have to keep in mind. As far as how much I believe it, I don't know, because I mean, people make a lot of claims, but the internet and computers are computers, and computers gonna compute. But even if a search engine itself does not track you, a website may track you. Even if, let's say, the search engine and the website doesn't track you, your ISP 1,000,000% is tracking you. An ISP knows absolutely everything that you're doing on your network at all times, plain and simple.
Porn you're watching as well. So when you go to Pornhub and you type in midget vampire porn, they know what you're watching.
Also, you've been speaking to serial killer.
Yeah, you weirdos.
But one thing that we went to a training once, and an FBI agent actually made that statement. Sometimes we like to think, okay, I'm going to use an incognito window. The only thing an incognito window, regardless of who makes it, every browser has their own name for their quote unquote incognito. The only thing an incognito window protects you from is your partner or your significant other knowing what kind of weird ass porn you like watching. Other than that, somebody is tracking it. And things like, because remember, this is where things get a little bit more specific to what we do. People think, oh well, I'll just WhatsApp or Telegram or Signal or Snapchat or anything like that. There's no copies of that gets kept. Battie can and I, but Battie's still doing that. She can confirm. I promise you, it lives on a server somewhere. That dick pic you sent through Snapchat, it lives on a server somewhere, regardless of what they say they do with your data. I promise you, it lives somewhere.
Nothing ever is private on the internet. No matter what you do, it will forever be there. This is what I drill into my children's head. You know that text message you just sent your husband with a little risque photo attached to it? That's out there now. It may not be on Google, but it's out there. That little quick Snapchat that you did in the bathroom, sending it to your significant other or whatever you may be sending it, it's out there. Someone could find it. It is not private. The internet is not private. It is all public. So no matter what you're doing on there, be aware that somebody is watching you. Plain and simple.
Yep,
and your webcams as well.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah. And it looks like Metro is going to be sending dick pics via smoke signals. So are you... So wait, question. The real question there. So Metro, are you filtered or unfiltered? Just kidding.
Oh my God. So what I was going to say, a couple people asked about VPNs. Yes, they are good. If you want to watch like stuff that's not in your country or your area, it's not good for everything though, but it generally is. Like there's paid VPNs that you can use, but I wouldn't trust them for longer than a few months at a time because they some of them get taken down. And
even the paid ones.
That.
Yeah, even the paid ones. So NordVPN, that's NORD as in Delta, they actually got hacked, and they are a paid VPN. At the end of the day, it doesn't nothing. If it's computer related, it is not 100% secure. Plain and simple. The only things that are a little bit more secure are just these antiquated systems, but that's a whole different story. At the end of the day, if it's on a computer, if it can reach the internet, it is 100% not secure.
So the moral of the story is to delete your internet, throw away your phones, and go live in the forest.
Yeah, right? Night Jammy, the best way you can protect your son is giving him the information and letting him know that there are people out there that could be wanting. I'm very honest with my children. I do not sugarcoat anything. When I talk to my daughters about being aware, I tell them that they are, you know what? You are considered prey in some men's eyes. You need to be constantly aware of your surroundings, who you talk to, who you are giving information to. If your child is on the internet, make sure you, as a parent, lock down their account. It's your responsibility as a parent to go onto Facebook, create your kid's account, put it on every friggin' lockdown possibility that there is. Use a fake name. Do not use your kid's date of birth. you as a parent need to be proactive in your child's internet. Like my child is 15 years old. She will be 16 this year. And I control every single one of her social media. She has Facebook, not her real name, date of birth, anything. She's got Instagram. There is nothing real on that except for silly pictures she posts. Locations are off. She has YouTube. None of that information is real. I don't know where my glasses are, but I'm using my blue light filter monitor, so I'm okay. I don't know what I did with my glasses. I've seriously fucking lost them. They're not even on my desk.
One thing regarding that, before we take off, because we've taken up way more of your time than we probably should have. But
no, but this is good. This is good. I don't mind you guys taking up time.
In that case, guys, welcome to the Raw, Dillinger, and Battie show. No, I'm just kidding. On your social medias, the big thing and this is why I say never cross those streams. Let's say you have your streamer Facebook or streamer Instagram, and you take a picture in front of a business, a bar, or whatever the case may be. Things that you need to be mindful of. So me as an investigator, if I see, let's say I'm looking for you, and I see this, I find your streamer Instagram, and I don't know what your real name is, I don't know where you're located, but oops, all of a sudden I see you're taking a picture in front of this very unique business, and I can read the name. You bet your sweet ass, I'm going to now start Googling the name of that business everywhere that I can until I find a location that supports where I believe you are or who I believe you are. So, if you're taking a picture in front of a bar called the Manhole Cover or whatever it is, I'm going to start Googling the Manhole Cover, and I'm going to get a lot of weird porn. But once I finally find that bar, I'm going to say, okay, cool. Now I know where they frequent, where they live. So be very mindful when you're sharing your pictures, your video, anything that might be uniquely identifying to you.
Another thing I wanted to mention real quick, for people with kids, it's fine if you let them have social media. I mean, it's better if they don't, but if they do, it's fine. But one thing I would say is don't let them have their profile picture as their face, because that's really dangerous. Even if it's a fake name or anything like that, and even if it's private, if you have your child's face as their profile picture, that's kind of a big no-no. So do a stock photo or another image or anything like that, but you definitely want to protect your kids, especially if they're underage.
Yeah, you want to make sure that if your children are going to be on social media, whether you want them to be or not, Night Jamie. So kids are rebels, right? That's what we used to be as well. So they're going to make social media accounts. Your best thing is to be very open and honest with your children. Tell them the reasons why. Explain to them how easy it is to find them and hurt them. I mean, seriously, it is. I tell my children real world shit. Because if I tell my child everything is unicorns and butterflies outside, she's going to go around naive and dumb as fuck. Oh, it's beautiful outside. Everybody's my fucking friend. Yeah. And not everybody is her friend, right? So you need to be diligent and give them the real world information. Don't sugarcoat their shit. But of course, don't tell your 3-year-old that she's going to get raped, right? There's a big difference, right? I mean, context and age. But, the older they are, be very open with them. Don't allow them to go into the world and onto the internet without realizing that there are numerous dangers that can come right into your home just by them sitting on their computer.
And one thing actually to that end, what's it called? So somebody asked, what do you do to the creepers and the whole deal? That's not really up to us. That's up to the law. But in regard to what Raw was saying about let them know the real world ramifications and all that kind of stuff. One of the best things that I think I've ever heard a parent tell, at least me, I don't know if Battie's heard this as well, is they've made a deal with their kids, with their offspring. So they say, here's your phone. Obviously I'm paying for it, the whole deal, but it's given to you under the understanding that at any point in time, I can come into your room, wherever you are, and ask you for your device, and you hand it over to me immediately, and I can look through it, and I'm never going to find anything that you don't want me to find on there. And that, and I get it. It's not a perfect solution, but at least it's an understanding. You set that expectation of, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to be aware of, and here's the expectation of you being responsible. Here's your phone, because I get it. At 16, 17, they want/need devices, but you establish that foundation of anytime that I come in and I ask you for your phone, your laptop, your tablet, whatever it is, you're going to hand it to me, and we both understand that I'm not going to find anything on that device that I need to worry about.
That is exactly what I did to both of my spawns. When they got cell phones, they received the old flip phone to make phone calls. It wasn't until they were teenagers, full-on teenagers, 15 years of age, do they ever get a smartphone. And my youngest spawn, who lives with me now, still, if I say, I want your phone, she hands it to me. I know all of her passwords. Hey, Lead, how are you? I know all of her passwords. I know everything. So if there was something that I felt is she may be in danger or whatever, I can easily just say, can I have your phone? And she will give it to me with no issue. The minute she gives me issue, she loses everything that goes to the outside world. Everything. And I do this not to be a dick or to be controlling. I do it to protect her. The last thing I want is some predator to come and take my baby from me. I've had that happen. My eldest, when she was 4 years old, was kidnapped from me. So I understand, and I am very protective of my kids, and these things can happen, and if they can happen, they will happen. This is the kind of person I look at everyday life, walking outside. Someone could be sitting across the street taking pictures of me, logging every movement that I make. I'm not being paranoid, I'm being realistic, because in this day and age, it is so easy to find out where you are and what you're doing. And if I want to hurt you, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to find the information that I want. And when I find it, and I know when the right time is to strike, I know your patterns. I know which way you take to work. I know what way you go to the store. I know where you go on your daily jog to the pond. They walk. This is what they do. And then they go for the right time to get you.
And Shorecat, I just saw your comment. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. So some people, some streamers will have their full name, their real name attached to like their PayPal or any one of these donation platforms. That's something that if you can avoid, please avoid it, because now how much is your name worth to me? Well, if I donate literally 50 cents to $1 or however much I want to donate to you, boom, I just got your full name.
And there are ways to protect yourself. Having a business account with PayPal. Don't have a personal account. Have yourself a business account. And if you are a content creator, technically in your state or in your country, you may need a business license. I have a business account with a business license. I have the business name. If you decide to get a business account with PayPal to accept tips, the problem is if you use your gamer tag and something was to happen, a chargeback or whatever it may be, you will not be able to get your money. Psycho Plays went through this last year. His name on his PayPal account was not correct, was not his real name or his business name. He was unable to withdraw hundreds of dollars, his paycheck from Mixer. He was unable to pull any of his monies out. He had to fight tooth and nail with PayPal. So to prevent yourself from having your name put out there, make sure that if you are a content creator and you're going to be making money off of this, whether you're partnered or not, whether you have a Patreon page, whether you're accepting tips, make sure you have a business account. In that business account, do not put your real name, put your business name. I am registered as Horde Enterprises. That is my business name, Horde Enterprises. I am registered in my city. So anything with my business name on it, even my bank account that I have attached to my PayPal is a business bank account. So if anything was to happen, my real name is not associated with PayPal. Fuck, even PayPal doesn't even have my real name. They have my persona, but they have a legitimate way of contacting me as a business. So if anything was to happen where I have a chargeback or whatever it may be, I needed to refund somebody's money, I am still able to access my account and pull monies from that account. It's not frozen. So if you are a content creator that's going to accept tips, make sure your PayPal is a business account and the name that shows is either your business name or a name that is legitimate that you can talk to PayPal with. And check your Streamlabs, check your Tippy, whatever you are using to accept those donations and tips, even if it's for a charity, check them. I know people who use their real name I send money to. When I bought artwork from them or I am doing something, their real names are on their PayPal, first and last name. I now have your first and last name. If I really wanted to find you, I would go and look for you, even if I donated $1 just to get your name. Exactly. All
exactly.
should go to a PO. Yeah.
Yeah, and none of this is to scare you guys. It's just to protect you. And like we've said multiple times, all your social media accounts, if there's anything that is anything in the past that you may have forgotten about, just try Googling yourself, try Googling your gamer tag, try Googling all of the aliases you use to see if there's any chance that it's associated with a name, because if it is, fix it.
And to that end, make sure that you're Googling all your personas. So not just Regal Oncer, but is your name also somewhere online? Not just Metro Birdman, but, whatever,
everything.
Joseph Dukakis, whatever your real name is, Metro, I don't know it. But Google everything.
Bing as well.
Mm-hmm. Google,
all the
Bing,
search engines.
DuckDuckGo. And there's, what is it called? I want to say it's called Checker or Name Checker. Raw, you might know what I'm talking about, where basically you can go in there and you can enter your name. So, you can enter DillingerBanks and it'll run that name. Yep. So, because that's and Raw can attest to this, that's what tripped her up. There was a site that, she thought it was gone, but it was still alive, unbeknownst to her. And that's part of the things that we were able to find. So some things that you may not even remember from 1,000,001 years ago, it still lives on, and you need to make sure that you're going out there finding everywhere that your name and any other name you've ever used is attached to, and shut it down if you don't want it, or lock it down if you still want to use it.
It's scary what kind of information is out there. And I have had an alternate persona since 1995. That's when the internet dropped. That's when I started using the internet. Yes, I am older than the fucking internet, public internet, I should say. But ever since 1995, when I started using the internet, I did not trust it. I've always used an alternate persona. I've had this alternate persona since 95. And the fact that they found information that wasn't even attached to my streaming name. They found information attached to a name that's not even no longer associated with me, nor is the business that I was associated with still found information on me. And they found an address that is no longer a part of my real life anymore, but they were still able to find that information. And I pride myself on being hard to find. Battie and Dillinger will tell you that, I did send them down a rabbit hole, but they are professionals and they were able to dig up more information on me that I didn't even realize was out there. Not everybody is like me. Not everybody has had an alternate personality online. Many of you have used your real name, date of birth, and emails. Another thing is do not use an email address that says Joe blank 77 at gmail.com or Joe Smith 89 at gmail.com. You just told me your first, your last name, and the last year you were born in. Now I'm going to search your fucking ass. No, I know that you're in New Jersey. I am going to go New Jersey, your name, and the last 2 digits of your date of birth of that year.
Well, to make matters even more, and again, this is 100% free. And Ra, I told you that these would have been some of my next steps if we were, actively trying to go after you as a target. I can go on to most, and I said this at the beginning, most, county assessors' websites, the clerk of courts, anything like that, and with just your name and date of birth, I can now look for things like your marriage, your wedding certificate, your certificate of actually being married. And now I can get your full name. I can get the name of the person that you're married to. Some states, some provinces will show me your dates of birth. So if I knew yours, but I didn't know your partner's name, date of birth, I now know your partner's name and date of birth. And a lot of people are like, well, who cares? What are you going to do with that information? What if I know, and this goes back to looking at the bigger picture and locking it all down, what if I happen to know your partner's name? Let's say I was on your social media for your brand and your significant other comments on one of your posts and says, oh, hey, I love you, honey, or whatever the case may be. I now am going to go down the path of least resistance. You're too locked down for me. I'm going to go somewhere else that's a little bit easier. I'm going to start investigating your partner. I know their name, and if I can find their date of birth or whatnot, and I know that you all are married, I'm going to now look for a marriage certificate, and that's how I get to you and your name and your date of birth. It's always about the path of least resistance for an investor.
And for any predator, the path of least resistance. So if I'm hard to find, they're going to try to get me through my kids. If I'm hard to find, they're going to try to go through my husband. They're going to try to get to me no matter which way possible. And Camp Facer, we are talking with BattiePage and DillingerBanks. They're Horde members who hunt people professionally. This is what they do. They find information on people. So they're giving us tips and advice on how to protect ourselves online, whether you are a streamer or not, whether you like to surf the internet, whether your children surf the internet. Protect yourself. I will, once we're done with Battie and Dillinger, go over each and every step on Facebook, because we all have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube, and show you how to lock all of that stuff down so that nobody will be able to find anything about you via those areas. Thank you, Northern, for that auto host. I do appreciate it. Right, Boomhauer?
Did you have anything else, Dillinger?
No, I don't. I mean, if anybody has any specific questions before we take off or anything like that, we're always happy to answer questions.
Yeah, one last thing. I know that we're all friends here and we all trust each other in the Horde, which is great because, we've told you guys a couple things about us.
I don't trust serial killer, for the record.
Yeah, who's that? Anyway, but if there is a Horde member or two or whatever that decide that they no longer want to be a part of the Horde and they decide that they're gonna fuck with you, then all that personal information that you've shared with people that you thought you trusted is now out there. Like, for example, Dillinger and I live in the Denver area. We haven't told you exactly where we live, but we're in the Denver area. So we put ourselves at risk by saying that stuff. I just say this because I know a lot of Horde members kind of give general areas where they live at, and that's fine, but don't be specific, like putting your address out there, like the specific town that you live in, if it's like a tiny town, something like that. So just keep in mind that not everybody has good intentions.
Yeah, not everybody has good intentions, but not everyone is out to hurt you either. But Leet, the best way you can do is go to Whois, find the webmaster, and contact them. Battie was saying earlier that if you go to Whois, you can actually type in the website. It'll give you the owner's information. You can contact the webmaster. Whether or not they will be willing to take your information down, that is a whole other thing. But you can try your best and contact them. And I will tell you guys this right now, unless it is official from like the government or from like Mixer, you're becoming partnered with Mixer, let's just say, and you have to fill out tax forms and they need your real date of birth, have a fake date of birth for everything. Fake everything.
And actually, when it comes to your dates of birth and all that kind of stuff, please, for the love of God, people, stop using it's called PII, personal identifying information. Stop using PII as your passwords. Stop using your kids' birthdays, your birthday, the last four of your social, the date you got married. Please stop using all this stuff, because if I know your email address, right, and I hack into it in one form or another, I also now know your date of birth or your kid's date of birth. Congratulations, guess who now is opening up a buttload of credit cards in your name? Me.
Or somebody who is a child predator. right? Oh,
Absolutely.
people are fucked. And people who are child predators, you don't realize that they're child predators. They can be the closest people to you that is the predator, but they find your child's photo online. They want your child, and they will do whatever they can to possibly get to your child. And when we put our videos out on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and we become an internet personality, everything is out there for anyone to see and grab. And if you think that you're safe, think again. I was stalked 2 years ago on Beam by somebody that I pissed off in the game GTA. This is a true story of what happened to me. They not only stalked me on Xbox, they were trying to get into my personal information, and thank goodness I'm a paranoid motherfucker and everything is fake, but they were trying to get to me outside of the game GTA. I pissed them off that bad in a friggin' video game that they were trying to find my personal information. They were contacting friends of mine on Xbox, so I locked down my friends list on my Xbox now. They were contacting people on my friends list, asking them information about me. Any game that I had and any game that they owned, they were getting to me, even though I blocked them and reported them to Microsoft. They were getting in my multiplayer games on the same games that I owned through my friends list. It's scary on the shit that these people can do, and I still don't know who this guy is. And it was a guy, and he did everything in his power. He even got onto Mixer and was trying to get into my account on Mixer. They were trying to get into my Facebook. I kept getting notification. I have 2auth on everything that I do. I even have an Authy app on my phone that when I log into my website or my Discord or Twitch or Mixer, Authy gives me a code to log in. Every day I do it. Yes, it's a pain in the ass. Yes, it's annoying, but it protects me. And anytime someone tries to log into, let's say, my Facebook account, the Facebook account will automatically send a code to Authy. Authy will then tell me that code, and I would type it into the system. My phone was going off like crazy because somebody was trying to get into my Facebook account, my Twitter account, my Twitch, and my Mixer account. And it was the same guy. I swear it was the same guy who I pissed off in GTA, who was going around and trying to get me. He didn't stop harassing me for almost 6 months. 6 months. And that was just pissing somebody off in a video game.
Yep.
So
yeah, one last thing I just wanted to touch on. Somebody said that they use their first and last name in their email. That's fine. I do that as well, but I do that for professional emails, like on my resume and stuff like that. I don't use it for like signing up for rewards for grocery stores or whatever, what have you.
Yep, and actually those personal email addresses will never come into contact with her gamer tag of BattiePage. So that's how those two things can live. Because we get it, in your real life, in your professional life, you're not going to apply to a job and say, yeah, hi, go into an interview and say, hi, my name is Scroto Baggett. Please hire me.
Exactly. I have a personal email address, but again, my personal email address has a fake name on it. So even email address that I use, that's my personal stuff, I don't use it to sign up for anything. This personal email address, nobody has it. It's on my resume if I want to put it out there. But again, it's under a false name. So I have been called into interviews and, I explain to them why my name is what it is, especially when I do online resumes. I don't trust anybody. I don't. It's very easy to get fucked over in today's life. And even on my resume, I have a resume on different websites. I don't use my real name.
Well, that's all the information I have.
We're happy to. No, I don't have anything planned or nothing like that. But if anybody has any questions before we take off, we're always happy to answer them. And don't forget, guys, we are also in Raw's Discord. If you're not in there, please get in there because it's a cool Discord. It's not even mine.
Yeah, it's awesome, and we're always on there. And feel free to send us a DM if you have any questions, or if you want to just tell Raw, she'll let us know.
Yep, and we're going to go over some stuff to lock down your Facebook, lock down your Instagram. I'm going to go over that. I'm going to show you guys some things. I learned a lot of new stuff as well. Once Battie and Dillinger told me some stuff about me, I learned some other stuff that I found inside my Facebook that helped me lock it down even further. So, and my Facebook was never a personal page to begin with. It was always just a page. But we'll show you guys how to figure that out. And if you do have any questions, you can post them here. You can contact Battie and Dillinger in Discord. You know, they will answer when they're not busy.
Yes, to answer Cyril's question, we do wear the mask to work and while doing other things, like mowing the lawn.
Ooh, while doing other things, eh?
Yes, that's, and actually, I'm getting my mask surgically attached to my face. That way I just don't ever have to actually take it off.
Yes, there are facial recognition apps, Camp Facer. Most of them are paid. I have access to that as law enforcement, but for example, the specific one that I use only looks for other people who have been arrested. So it only searches booking photos, like police booking photos. But yes, there are facial recognition apps that can do that. And there's like a big Russian one that's like one of them. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's like one of the most famous ones that literally can scrub the entire internet and the deep web to find other similar faces. But I think you have to pay for that one.
And there is the poor man's facial rec, where, and I'm not going to obviously go into the specifics of how, but the long and the short of it is you can basically take a picture, and if you do the right set of reverse image searches, you might get lucky. So be careful what you post. Be careful what you're putting out there. Use two-factor authentication. Have a password manager. Stop using your real name against or in conjunction with very specific information. If I look on my friends list when I get home and I see your gamer tag and your username or your actual real name next to it, you're getting unfriended.
Yes, make sure your
well,
real
you
name
might
is
not,
attached.
but
Well, okay, you might not get unfriended, but still, don't do it. Come on.
Exactly. Just be safe. Especially if you're a
Oh,
streamer
yeah,
and you use your Xbox.
yeah. One last thing, if you're on vacation and you post it on social media, don't post it while you're on vacation. Post it when you get back.
Post it when you get back.
Yes, please.
Yep. So many
A lot
watch
of people
that.
don't. A lot of people don't stop to think about that, but consider how many airports might exist in your given, state or city or what have you. There's only a certain, there's certain paths that somebody has to take to get back to a given city. So if you know that somebody's traveling and you know when they're leaving, because a lot of people do this, like, okay, last night in Mexico, whatever it is, well, cool. Now I know where there can't be that many airports out there in Mexico. So time to start trolling the Mexican airports and time to start trolling the potential airports that you're going to be coming into in the States. And then one last thing that I do want to say before we take off is Batman, it's okay that Leon didn't show up yesterday. It's not a big deal. He and I talked about it and we're cool. But if he can show up on the 15th, that would be great.
You have one day.
Battie and Dillinger, thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you for the information that you have given us. I appreciate it tremendously, and I'm sure most of the Horde here appreciates it as well.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think so. I think it was great.
All right, I'm going to go back into chat. Thank you very much. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks,
All right,
Battie.
and I'm going to go pretend that I was on a business call so that my coworkers don't get suspicious. Take it easy,
Sounds
everybody.
good. Thank you both.
All right.
Bye.
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 All right. Now, this is what they do for a living, guys. So this is not people just talking shit. This is not people just giving their opinions on things. These are two people that do this for a living. So please take what they say and put it to good use. I know I have. There's a few things that they found that I made sure I locked it down. I'm going to show you a couple of things on Facebook because there's plenty of you that have Facebook. And there are several things in your settings that you can change. And look at your children as well. So if you have kids that are on Facebook, go through their settings. You should have their passwords. Go through their settings. A prostitute is somebody who has sex for money. And if you don't know what that is, then you're probably too friggin' young to be in my stream. Facebook. Yeah. Facebook has several things that you can do. Several things that you can do. You've got your security and login, right? Use two-factor authentication and use it. Facebook has it. It offers it. I suggest you get on it and use it. Mixer as well has it. Mixer has 2auth, which also you can get an app called Authy. I don't know if you guys know what Authy is. Authy, I'm going to see if I can get you guys a link to Authy. And all the links that you have, everything that I speak about or Battie or Dillinger has spoke about, like the namechecker.com, I will post all of these links in the Discord. Authy is what I use on my mobile phone for everything. Sadly, you need to go. No worries, Mino. I love your face. I will slash you later. This video will be up on YouTube and on Twitch. So there will be a VOD for you to go through if you want to listen to this again. Supreme Puppy, if you don't know what a hooker is, you must not be old enough to be on Mixer. I mean, seriously. Explanation point morgue. Authy is a great app. I have it on my cell phone. It is a manager for 2auth. Anytime anyone tries to get into my Instagram, my Facebook, Discord, anything that I have, I get a message. I get an actual number that I have to type in order to get further past the login. So let's say someone has my login information. They have my name and password. That's fine. I do that. It's going to ask for the code to go any further. Without this Authy, without 2auth, they can just get into your account, right? Welcome back, Leet. Welcome back. Facebook, I want to go over a couple of things on Facebook. Your information under your settings. How do you get to your settings? If you're on your Facebook page and you're looking at your news feed, you're going to go to the right side to the drop down arrow, and it's going to go down to settings, and you're going to go into your settings, and underneath your settings in the left hand side window, you will see general, security login, your Facebook information, and then privacy, timeline, stories, location blocking, language and region, face recognition, and so forth and so on. In here, this is where you guys want to be looking for this stuff, because your security and login will tell you where you've logged in, what computers you've logged in, your Facebook. This is where you're going to find your two-factor your two-factor. It's going to set up extra security. It'll alert you when I have it on that when it unrecognizes a login, it sends me an email and it contacts me saying, hey, somebody from Nigeria is trying to get into your account. This is unusual to us. Is this you? And I would say no. And then it blocks it from my Facebook. This is in your settings, and it's under security and login. You can actually have everything underneath there to have your 2auth. And I get that Nigerian shit a lot. Under your Facebook information, I have everything basically shut down. So I can't be found in the search engine on Facebook. I have that turned off. Who can see your future posts? I have that where I have it where I can pick friends, me, or so forth and so on. I also have my tags. I've taken that off. I also turned on limit past posts. What does that mean? It means stuff that you have posted ages ago. So if you turn that on, anything that has your friends of friends, or public, they can't go back to February 2019. I have that limited so that Facebook, after X amount of days, scrubs that off. So it can't be found by people. You don't realize what you have or what your friends have said in a comment that goes back to when you first signed up on Facebook, right? So if anybody really wants to find out anything, they can go back into your very old posts from 2017 to find information on you. If somebody has this type of hard-on to try to find you, they will go back far. Don't underestimate somebody. They will go back as far as from the first day you opened your Facebook account. So you're going to want to make sure that when you are in your settings. This is one of the biggest things you turn off. Limit the audience for posts you've shared with friends of friends or public. That is under the privacy settings. That I have limited posts, limit past posts. Who can send me friend requests? They already have to be a friend of mine in order to send me a request. Who can see my friends list? Nobody. My friends list is just for me to see. I have that only me. Who can look you up using email addresses? Only me. Who can look you up by phone number? Only me. Do you want search engines outside of Facebook to link to your profile? Fuck no. Guarantee you I can go online right now and find half of you on Google connected to your Facebook search. So you want to make sure that the privacy that you have, that you're not connected to outside search engines with your Facebook. Facebook is never technically shut down, guys. It's just deactivated. So even if you deactivated it, your information is still out there. So many people are like, well, I deleted my Facebook page. No, you didn't. You deactivated it, but I guarantee I can find you. I found Heavy. Heavy's Facebook has been deactivated for the last 5 years. I was able to find his information, even though his page was deactivated. I was able to find tags that his friends tagged him in, even though his page was deactivated. Twisted Bunny, thank you for that host, hon. Mwah, thank you. How are you doing? Yeah, you still have, yeah. Hi, Sailor Moon. How are you, darling? That is all under your privacy. That is how I have my privacy done on Facebook. Even though my Facebook page is my gaming page, that is what I do. As well as under timeline and tagging. That's another important thing. You did a thing? Awesome, Twisted. Kaya, girly girl. Thank you so much for the host. Snake Bites. GG's on that, Twisted Bunny. If you are just joining us, we are doing Streamer Chat Tuesdays, protecting you and your information online, whether you are a content creator or you are just somebody who likes to use the internet. These are tips and tricks for you to protect your personal information. So many of you have your information out there and you're not realizing what's out there, your children's information, right? So this is for everybody who uses the internet. It is now impossible to completely close Facebook. You can, it just deactivates it, Deja Vu. It's never technically deleted anything. It's never deleted anything. So if you've deactivated your account, go through your settings, go through your privacy and your timeline tagging, turn everything off. And I did that with Heavy. I found Heavy's Facebook, even though it's deactivated, it's been deactivated for like 5 years or more, I still found information. So I had him log in, reopen his page up. I went through all of his shit and I deleted everything and I turned it all off and then deactivated his page again. Now you can't find him. But if you deactivated your page 4 years ago and you never took the time to say, don't find me outside of Facebook, and this one here, review tags people had added to your post before tags appeared on Facebook, or they can find you in a search engine outside of Facebook. If that's turned on, anyone can find you even though your page is deactivated. So if you have a deactivated page, go back, go into your settings, literally do everything as only me, only me, only me, only me, and then deactivate your page again. I'm sure they're cute, Twisted. Good for you, hon. Your page is always up. It doesn't matter. It'll say it's deactivated. Your profile image will not be there, but you will be able to be found. So you want to make sure you go into your security login, your general information, your privacy tab, and then your timeline and tagging. Set everything to only me. That is the only setting that you can do. You can do public, friends of friends, custom, and only me. Turn it all to only you. Now, tagging, very important. People don't think about this. People do not think about this. Again, you're posting a picture of, let's say, a clip of your gameplay on Dead by Daylight up on Facebook so everybody can see it. Let's say your Facebook is on lockdown, but your sister comes on your Facebook. Oh my God, bro, that's totally epic clip. I love the way you just fucked with that killer. Love your face. I'll see you at Mom's tonight. Tags you. Now, somebody who just goes over and is like, oh, this is public. Okay, I'm reading the comments because I want to hurt you. So I'm going to find a way to do this. I find, oh shit, this is your brother. Ding, ding, ding. Click on your brother, opens up his profile. Maybe your brother has his profile public. Maybe he doesn't. There's this thing called follow on Facebook where you don't actually have to be friends with anybody. They can follow you, just like a Twitter follow. They can follow you. Now, when they're following you, what information do you have that the followers can see? You can find that in Facebook in the settings, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. You need to go and use everything fake, man. Everything fake. Unless it's government issued paperwork, then you have to use your shit. But if it's not government, if it is not official government, use an alternate address, use an alternate date of birth, use a fake name. It's very easy to do so. Now, under timeline and tagging, who can post on your timeline? Only friends can post on my timeline. So they have to be a friend of mine. Who can see what others post on your timeline? Only me. Only me. So let's just say serial killer posts something on my timeline. Only I can see it. I can approve it for others to see it, but I don't want others to see it. My gaming page, my page is about me and gaming and my stream. I don't want anything personal to come about that. Also, allow others to share your posts to their stories. Now, if you post something, now remember, your friend's account may not be on lockdown. So let's just say I shared, I'm at Dairy Queen, and let's just say I take a picture of my Blizzard and Dairy Queen sign is behind me and I put it in my story. Even though my story is locked down, my friend can share my story on their page. Now your friend shared that story. So now you're open to other people seeing that said story. So you want to go through, it's like a rabbit hole. The minute you do something, something else opens up and another thing opens up. So you want to make sure all of those avenues are shut. You want to close it down. Hide comments containing certain words from your timeline. Have that on. If you go into it, you click on it, it says hide comments containing certain words from your timeline. Add words, phrases, emojis that you don't want to appear in your comments on your timeline. The people who post those comments and their friends will still be able to see them. So your friends and those that you allow on your timeline will be able to see certain things. This is something that I found that was new on Facebook. So I have my city, the surrounding cities, the word sister-in-law, the word sister, brother, even though I have no brothers, mother, mother-in-law, the cities that I was born in, cities that I lived in. I have everything on block. So if somebody was to say, hey, someone found me on Mixer, let's just say, and I went to your high school, I know, blah, 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 and they posted on my Facebook page, that hides that information from other people. They cannot see it. The only people that will be able to see what they said was me and that other person. So you want to make sure that you have hide comments containing certain words, because again, your family may not be as smart as you, or they just don't care, or whatever it may be. And your mother-in-law maybe just doesn't understand and types on your gaming page, where's that beautiful picture of your mother-in-law? Someone who's trying to find you just says, oh shit, this lady is her mother-in-law. Click, opens up her profile. Maybe I want to follow her. Maybe I want to search her photos. Maybe her photos aren't on lockdown. Easily go through, now find your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your father-in-law, potentially your own family, if they're friends on Facebook, and so forth and so on. That is how easy it is to find you. So make sure if you have your gaming page, or even if it's a Facebook page that you use for friends and family and gaming, make sure you turn on the appropriate stuff. I have a giant word list. I have the year I graduated. I have the college that I went to. I have everything on block to block certain words out in the event that one of my friends finds me on Facebook that I haven't seen in like 20 years and they decide to say, hey, blah, 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 and actually use my real name. My real name is also blocked, right? My English version and the non-English version of my name is blocked. My husband's name, my spawn's names, everything that I don't want people to see, I have in this comment. Hide comments containing certain words from your timeline. I have everything in there that I can possibly think of that someone may accidentally post on a comment of mine. Use that. It's there. Use it. Why not use it? Tagging. Who can see posts you're tagged in on your timeline? I have it, only me. Again, you get tagged and it's open. Anybody can click that tag, go to your friends, your family's pages, and boom, they find some more information on you. When you're tagged in a post, who do you want to add audience to that post if they can't already see it? Only me. So nobody can see it. Review. Review your posts that you're tagged in before the post appears on your timeline. Turn that on. So if someone was to tag you before it hits your timeline, you will get a notification saying, hey, this person wants to tag you on your timeline. Do you want this tag on your timeline? And you can say no, hide it, only me, so forth and so on. It's an important thing. You may not think it's important, but it is important. Review what other people see on your timeline. This is a way that you can view ads. Remember I told you that if someone is following you on Facebook, they can find out what information you have, or someone becomes your friend on Facebook. Facebook has it to where you can view ads. You can open up the page and I can view as the public. This tool allows me to take a look at my Facebook page from a public standpoint, so I can see what they can see. I'm going to show you what you can see on my timeline if you follow me. Just so you can see what the public sees. This is what the public sees when they go to my gaming Facebook page. They can't see my friends, okay? They can only see photos and videos that I allow. I like things all over the place. So you can't tell where I'm from because I like things in San Diego. I like things in Fort Murray. I like things in the UK. So those things, and athletes and sports teams, are all over the place. Okay, no worries, Whispers. I'm trying to get my shit together for school tomorrow and I'm already stressed out. Breathe. I'm hopping off. Okay, love your face, Twisted. Have a good day. But these are things people can see. This is what I allow people to publicly see on Facebook. And before we do anything, I just want to go like this before I hit the back page. Just so I make sure that I'm not showing you anything that I don't want you guys to see. So this is what the public sees, right? They can see an intro about me. There's nothing private, nothing personal here. There's certain pictures that I allow them to see, photos. This is what I allow them to see on my timeline, right? This is it. After this, you can't see anymore because I have it turned off where you can't go back any further in my timeline to see my posts. So you're going to want to turn that off. And to exit the view as and to get to there, again, you're going to be in your settings and you're going to be under timeline and tag that host. I appreciate it. I just dropped 300 on books and I've got to go to the store and drop another 100 on supplies. Ouch, Kay, that sucks. Stories. You want to hide your stuff. There is a location on Facebook. If you have this on, turn it off. It's on by default. So go into your Facebook account, go into settings, go down to location. Mine says your location history is off. Facebook builds a history of precise locations received through location services on your device. Right there. Facebook builds a history of precise locations throughout your location services on your device. So if you are in Calgary and you're taking pictures of you and putting it on Facebook, Facebook logs these locations down. Now all I've got to do is go pick a picture that I want, right click on it, and see information of where you exactly are. Turn off the location in your phone for all of your apps, for all of your photos, geotagging as well in your phone, so that when you take a picture and put it up on Instagram, they can't find your geotag. Geotagging is on by default on most mobile phones. You're going to do the same thing in your settings on Instagram. Same thing on Twitter, and same thing on Facebook and YouTube. Geotagging gives you your geographic location. So if your child is taking pictures of herself or himself at their high school, junior high, or elementary school and posting it on their Instagram without having their geotagging done, anybody can find where your child goes to school. I don't think parents realize the whole importance of locking down your child's phone, turning off geotagging, turning off location. Everybody's phone has this. Your phone is not special. It does not have it. Your phone has it, and it's on by default. Go in there, turn off your geotagging. It is not hard to right-click on a photo and get the information that is needed. I don't do this professionally, and I'm able to find information on people. I can find your longitude and latitude of where you took this picture, take that information, put it into Google, and now Google is going to tell me for free and very easy what and where that longitude and latitude is on the world map. And that is how easy it is to find out where your child is at school, because they decided to take a silly photo of themselves and their friends and post it, right? Now your child posted and tagged you in it on their Facebook page or their Instagram page. That is your gaming page. Now anybody on there is able to go and click on that. Oh, her kid. Click on that. Oh, scroll through your child's Instagram. That's how fucking easy it is. Every breath you take, every move you take, Facebook, everything is watching you, Coffee. Everything is watching you. Everything. How are you, Beetle? If you're just joining us, we are discussing protecting you and yourself online, whether you are a content creator or not. If you have children on the internet, or you're on the internet, family members, whether or not you are a content creator, this is for you. I had Battie and DillingerBanks, who are professional people finders, who were here earlier and discussing what you can do and how easy it is to find you. So we are discussing how to lock down your Facebook, how to lock down your Instagram, how to turn off simple settings that predators use to find you on the internet. Some people laugh at that and be like, I don't care if they find me. I'm protected. Is your child protected? Are you protected when you go to the supermarket and take the same way that you drive to work every day? No, you have no idea who's watching you. I watch a lot of documentaries on serial killers, on predators, and had to deal with stuff in my own real life. When my car was stolen, the people who stole my car was, I'm not even going to tell you what it was, but my car was pimped, seriously pimped, beautiful. We do different things, different shows and stuff like that with my car. The people who stole my car followed me for a week. I had no idea. The constable that took the report and said when and the time my car was stolen was like they were most likely following you to see where you were going, what your route you were taking. So I never take the same way again, ever. Anything that I do, I'm always random. Texas Dog Rescuer, thank you for that host. Battie, thank you for that host. Now, the people who stole my car would have stolen my car on a Saturday, but I wasn't home. I was in another province at the time at a concert. I came back and my car was stolen the next day. My car was basically almost, you had to know what you were doing to steal my car. They knew what they were doing. They had a laptop. They messed with the computer in my car. So they took their laptop and took their own brain. And I'm not going to tell you what make and model my car was, but they took their own brain. So they used to work at a dealership that had my vehicle and my security system, and switched my brain out with their brain, connected their laptop to it, started my fucking car, and took off with it. These weren't your run-of-the-mill, I'm going to go and steal your car and joyride. This was not. This was not. These were professional car thieves that were stealing my car. They watched where I went. They logged down where I was going. And the constable was like, I'm surprised that you were not harmed during any of it because of what they were going for. And that happened well before I was even a content creator. That's how fucking scary that shit is. You don't know who's watching you. And if you're a content creator online, you're putting yourself out there. You are putting yourself out there every day on any social media format that you can do. A serial killer thinks that you smiled at them, and that is the reason now they're following you. There have been numerous serial killers, and they're asked, so what made you follow that person? I liked the way she smiled at me. I thought she wanted me. Because you were friendly and you smiled at somebody, right? So you need to be careful. I had a stalker neighbor when I first moved to these apartments. He always made sure he was outside to talk to me when I would get home, even followed me to the laundry facility. Yes, it's scary what people will do. How is that? And I was in the loop on this info, and it's still giving me anxiety. It is. But this is stuff that you need to know. You need to know this, especially if you put yourself out there and you're vulnerable on the internet. And I hate to say this, but especially if you're female. I hate to say that, but especially if you are female, you want to be protected. We are considered prey in the eyes of our predator. And it is a very sad truth, but it is true. So as a female, as a woman, you need to be full on guard 24/7. You can't let that guard down. I had a real life stalker. Very scary. I had my eldest child, kidnapped from me at the age of 4 years old. She was kidnapped from me at the age of 4. I didn't get her back until she was 12 years of age. So there is some crazy shit out there. Crazy shit out there. My husband works at a mental institution with the criminally insane. They have serial killers there, so he's super protective of me and our kids and how to protect ourselves. It's serious. You need to protect yourselves. On Facebook, they also have a section that says language and region. Make sure you have nothing pertaining to your city on here, even past shit. I have everything turned to English, and I have everything else turned off. People, they like the way you look, tenacious, right? Or they think that they connected to you on some sort of other level. You don't know what goes on in someone's brain. We all like to joke about things, and, we talk about serial killers. Some of us are fascinated with serial killers. Some of us are fascinated with murderers, or whatever it may be. These people, if you actually sit and watch some of their documentaries, they get asked, what made you choose that person? I like her eyes. I like the color of his hair. Whatever it may be, that sets somebody off. It doesn't matter. We don't know what makes these people tick, and there are more of them than you like to think, right? When you point to the camera, I know you're pointing at me. Exactly. I make eye contact with my webcam all the time. Somebody who could be watching me on YouTube would be like, I felt that connection. She wants me. I want her. That's creepy shit. There are people out there like that. So be careful. Protect your information. Protect what's out there. So with that, and having a crazy stalker before, I keep all my stuff separate. You want to know something, Beetlestar? I have nothing private online. Hi, Donald. Why you would want that name, I don't know. Master Blood, thank you for that auto host. I have an alternate persona. My alternate persona is not attached to anything personal on anything. I have nothing personal online. I don't even do online banking. So I'm not worried about paying my bills online. The only thing I really have to worry about would be my credit card, because credit card companies get hacked all the time. Right? Yeah, I got it. No offense, I have one wife almost 30 years and she drives me crazy. No other woman will ever connect to me. I would run away fast. Yeah, That's Facebook. That's how easy it is someone to find you on Facebook. Instagram is the same way. You want to go into your settings. You want to turn off your location. So any social media app that has location, shut it off. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any social site, turn off your location. On your mobile phone, turn off geotagging, turn off location. If you turn the Snapchat, turn off your location. Be careful and mindful of where you're taking photos. You can be in your driveway and take a picture of yourself and not realize that your license plate is showing. Your license plate is public knowledge. I know here in Canada, I can go to the license online, type in your license plate, and get information about you. Chico hears something, he's growling. Yeah, go ghost on Snapchat. Turn off all of your locations. Turn off your geotagging. It's not hard to find people's information, especially if you know what you're looking for. We really need to push for regulation to treat data as an extension of ourselves and place of accountability on corporations that let data fall into the wrong hands. I agree with you. My credit card company was hacked. There's nothing, I have no control over my credit card company. They were hacked. Personal information was leaked. So I now have on my account, I have certain safety steps that if anyone was to use my account, my credit card, my real name, date of birth, or anything, it comes back to me. I get notified. Thank you, Super Cheeto. Thank you so much for the resub. Horde, can we please get that sub? Hype. Like my dog? Yeah, that's Mr. Chico. He's my Chihuahua. Thank you for that sub hype. I appreciate it. We got a pixel give going on. Okay, we got a pixel give going on. This is for brains. I'm going to enter. And YouTube is the same way. Do you know that when you sign up on YouTube, that it uses your real name? And that if you were to watch or comment on one of my streams or one of my videos, it puts your real name out there. Okay, Whispers. So you're going to want to make sure that you go into your settings on Google, because YouTube is connected to Google. And you want to go and take a look at your personal information. Google asks for your date of birth. Google asks for a personalized photo or something to identify you with. They ask for your phone number. They ask for your personal information. Hey, claim me your brains. This is brains, right? Your data and personalization. I have my location history off. Yes, YouTube has location history. Turn it off. This is all connected to your Google account. So even if you made this YouTube account 4 years ago and you'd never used your gamer tag to it, change your account, turn off your location history. You want to make sure that that is not on, because then they can find out where your location is. Don't ever use your exact city. You don't know exactly what city I live in, because I'll tell you I'm in Calgary, Red Deer, Innisfail, Lacombe. I can say that I'm all the way in Fort McMurray. I'm in Saskatoon. You don't exactly know where I technically am. So never actually give your personal information on that either. I never use my real name to sign up first. My name is Beetlestar. Exactly. And PayPal. Now, Beetlestar, if you have a business account and you use the names Beetlestar as your name, anything that happens to your account, unless you can show identification as Beetlestar, like a business license, your account will be frozen and you will not be able to transfer or move any funds. You will not be able to do a damn thing, and all your money is in there is gone. Psycho Plays found this out the hard way about a year ago. Last year, it was his birthday. and something happened on his PayPal account, and it was under his gamer tag. He had no information under Psycho Plays to show PayPal that this is who he is. He could not get his money. We get paid, through your Patreon or whatever you set up through PayPal. So make sure you have a business account on there, a business name, and a way for PayPal to contact you in the event that there's any hanky-panky on your account. Hi, Fox Gamer. How are you? And Donald K. Trump, welcome to the Horde. Thank you for the follow. Okay, Otto, have a good one. I will see you later. Make sure your YouTube account has your name that you want people to see. Like my personal information. My name is Reanimator. I know people who have their first and last name on their YouTube account that comment on my videos. I have a private business PayPal, so PayPal has my real name. Right. Now, see, PayPal has my business name and I have a business license. So if anything hanky-panky was to go on to my account, I show them my information with the business license, and then we're able to contact back and forth freely. Not everybody realizes this. So if you open up a PayPal account and it's a personal account, and then you migrate to a business account and you use your real name, anyone who tips you via Streamlabs or anything will show your real first and last name. If you change your first and last name to show your gamer tag or your brand, make sure you have some type of government identification, because PayPal will freeze your account. They will not allow you to do a damn thing. If something was to happen on my account, I would give them a copy of my business license, my registration, everything, so that I'm able to do whatever I need to on my account. Yeah. You definitely need to be careful with your information, especially with PayPal. Anyone can tip you $1 and get your information for $1, right? So make sure you have a business account. Jab Jam, thank you for that host. Your YouTube account is hooked up to your Google account. So go through your Google account. Go on your personal information. Is your real birth date there? Is your phone number there? Your personal email address? Go into your data and personalization. Turn off location history. Very easy to find where you're at if you have this on. Go under the security tab. Get 2auth on your account. You can have two-step verification. Turn that on. Use your phone to sign in. You can turn that on. Recovery emails, security, have that shit on so that when someone does try to get into your account, it notifies you, right? People and sharing. You want all of that blocked. You don't want anybody to see that information, because if they want to find you, they can go through your friends list. Like Battie and Dillinger say, the path of least resistance. Right? You may be hard to get to find, but there's that one person on your friends list that may tag you in something, and that's the easiest way to get you, right? Just heard the whistling again. That's so strange, Sailor. Hi, Amen Sniper? How are you? Bluetooth finally charged so I can hear you again. Sneaking to the restroom to watch for a second. Sanctuary! Hi, Killing. I hope your day is going well. I have had women on Instagram message me inappropriate pictures and words. I took care of it by removing and unfollowing that stuff. Yeah, you can do that as well. I would not put any type of payment on file with anything. Google Play, YouTube Prime, none of that shit. If I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to pay for it through a one-time transaction through my PayPal. I do not use my credit card online. My credit card is for emergency services only. I have one, and that is for in life. It does not go online. I do not use anything to buy. I use burner cards to buy things online. I also never use my debit card to buy things online. I will use my PayPal account. Why would I use my PayPal account? Because my PayPal account is protected. My debit card, if it's an Interact debit card, you can have your Visa on there. It's connected to your bank account. Anybody can get that information if they know how to. Oh, but I use Amazon. Amazon's protected. Do you know how many times Amazon has been hacked? Do you know how easy it is to hack your Amazon account and get your personal information along with your credit card? Don't keep that shit on file. Don't keep it on file. It's very easy to find. Metal up your ass. Wow, thank you for that, host. So should I set up a PayPal? I would love to start streaming. So killing and dying, if you start up a PayPal account, make sure it's a business account. Make sure that your real first and last name is not shown when someone tips you. There's a lot of times where I would tip somebody and it actually says their first and last name. Don't want that. You want to make sure that anything that anyone tips you with, your first and last name is not on there. Now with PayPal, you can't use false information without having an identity. You will need government issued ID to change anything once you create a business account or once you create a PayPal account. I'm doing good, Metal. How are you? No, he's not missing. He's downstairs. I know where he is. The house next to me is having some work done to it, so there's construction people in and out of it. And so that's where he's at. He is like, I hear shit. And on your Instagram, you want to do the same thing. You want to go to your settings. You want to go to privacy and security. Again, you want to make sure that your account and anything on there doesn't give anything out. Location turned off. Make sure that your tagging is, appropriate. Make sure your children's tags, stuff like that. Don't keep your personal and your personal, private, and your streaming information all into one. People are lazy, and a lot of times that they will use their personal Facebook page as their gaming page. Don't do that. Stop being lazy. Create a separate account with nothing attached to it. Have a business email. They're not hard to get. Have a business email. I will tell you that there is somebody that has been doing this for about a year now. They found my business email on Twitter, because that's what I put out there as a business email. And they signed me up for all sorts of stuff. There's websites where you could put your email address in and they'll send you just shit, spam, right? Somebody took my business address and put it in. Now, I didn't know this because my email is on lockdown, that if it's not from people that are safe, it goes automatically into this folder, and I never see it unless I actually check it. And one day I was cleaning up my email, and I was like, let me check this folder that has like 2,000 messages in it. I click on it, and I'm like, oh my God, all of these things somebody signed my email up for, I was getting spam. Now, again, I don't ever see it. So it out of sight, out of mind, I just hit empty. I have a safe list with devs on it, all that stuff. So if they want to contact me, it goes right through my regular email. If it's somebody who's trying to contact me, it'll go right to that junk folder. But be careful with putting your personal information out there, especially if you're signing up for websites that you're using for streaming, to your personal email address. Again, do not use anything personal. Create a separate email address. Underneath that information, when you go to Outlook.com and you sign up for a Microsoft account, Microsoft email, put fake information in there. Fake information that you're going to remember in case you lose your password, right? Put the fake information in there. Attach nothing real to that email. Use that email address to sign up on websites like Mixer. Sign up on YouTube. Sign up on Twitter, Facebook. Use those. Use that email as your public email, so that when anyone was to try to look at anything, it doesn't have your real name, it doesn't have your real date of birth. If someone was to get a hold of it, who really cares, because there's nothing attached to it that can get to you. Have two separate accounts for everything and never link either of those accounts together. So don't take a picture, put it on your personal Facebook, and then tag your gaming Facebook or share it from your personal profile to your gaming page, because now there's a connection, right? Now I know that Cordelia is now attached to this page called, Chico's gaming page. Now I know Cordelia is attached to that. Now I have your personal Facebook, right? People don't think about when they share stuff to their gaming page that they're actually sharing their personal stuff to their gaming page. So make sure you don't share anything from your personal page to your gaming page. Same thing from your personal Twitter to your gaming Twitter. I have nothing personal. I have no personal Facebook, no personal Twitter, nothing. So I'm not overly worried about that. No worries, serial killer. No worries. She's studying for finals and needs food. Hey, get that food. Exactly. turn off your tags. My tags are turned off. So I also have words that are blocked now because of something that Battie and Dillinger found attached to another name. I now took that information, went into Facebook, and blocked all of those words. Again, family members, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, Facebook has this little fun thing that allows you to tag people as an uncle, a brother, a sister. Don't fucking do that. They know that they're your brother. Your sister knows that they're your sister. Don't be tagging your brother under brother and Facebook, because people can see that. People can see it. So then now I know who your brother is. I know who your mother is. I know who your uncles are. I know where your family is from. This is information that's easily found publicly. How are you doing, Bumpiest? Yeah, I would just be careful, be mindful of what you're doing online, and be mindful of your kids as well. This information that we have given you today goes for everybody, whether you are a content creator or not. It goes for everyone. Protect your information. I've gone over the main sites, so go through them, turn off geotagging, locations, tagging, all of that fun stuff. I found a certain someone's real name on Facebook because their significant other liked a post on their gaming page. Yep. And K is not even a professional creeper, right? Anybody can find anything. I can guarantee you, I can go onto my gaming page on Facebook right now, because that's what I'm going to do. And guarantee you I can find so much information on a lot of people that like and comment on my stuff. I'm not going to call out who you are, but I just see your first and last name on my gaming page called Reanimator. Not even my other gaming page that's Cat Reanimator. This is Reanimator. Your first and last name is boom right there for me to see. Change that. These are things that people don't realize when they like something on Facebook, whether it's a business page, whether it's your gaming page, whether it's a restaurant that you did a review on. People see that. I created a new Facebook just to be in the Maniacs group chat. Exactly. See, I'm in the Maniacs group chat, but again, that's my gaming page. It's not my personal. I don't have a personal page. I also have all my personal stuff on lockdown. I have people that are posting on my Facebook page. I know where they live. They all they did was put a couple of emotes on a comment that I did, on a post that I did. I know their first and last name. I know where they study at. I see a picture of them, their children, their spouse, and I'm just highlighted over their name right now. That's not even clicking on their name. That's just highlighting their name. They're a clerk. I see where they work. Right? I have a separate Facebook account for different groups I follow. Groups are really bad. Right, I'll give you $10 for that info. There are people out there that do this for a living. They do this. They're bad people, and you can hire them. But see, I'm not even a professional creeper. I'm just a paranoid bitch out there that likes to keep her shit personal. But you can click on anybody's name. All these people that are commenting, I know her first and last name. I know where she works. I know what kind of her family looks like. I know what her kids look like. Facebook is a dangerous place. I'm doing okay. I've had a rough few days. That sucks. Hey, Moonsmurf, how are you? My personal Facebook doesn't even have my real name. Good. Don't use your real name. I changed all my shit to friends only and me only. Yeah, you definitely need to. You have to be very diligent on the stuff that you do. Facebook now has Facebook gaming. When you comment on somebody who is, let's say they're live on Facebook, that's your first and last name to hundreds or thousands of people. Thousands of people. Your first, last name, your information, where you work, and that was just me highlighting somebody's name that made a comment in emotes on my post. Facebook groups are another thing. Easily to find people, easy to look at, not hard. So Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you comment on somebody's page, whether it's a gaming page, a business page. Middle and last name. Guarantee if I was to click on this, I might even be able to find their date of birth because they have their birth date in Facebook to let you know when their birthday is. That's another thing people do. They put their birth date so that when their friends are there, their friends get a notification, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday. Now I know it's your birthday. All I have to do is a little bit of math, take your first, middle, and last name, pop that into Google or whatever I want to use, and boom. I know that you live in Illinois or whatever. I know you live in Chicago. I know you live in Maryland. I found that on your Facebook. And I'm not even friends with you on your Facebook. This is a random person that I'm picking from my gaming page by highlighting on them how much information I just found out about them. Yeah, it's friends only. I have mine as only me as well. I have at least one alt profile on Facebook, but don't remember it. Yeah, these are things that you guys don't realize. I'm not looking at you either. This is a random person. I don't even know who this is, but this person commented on my page. Now I know where they live, who they're married to, where they actually work, where their previous work is, and what their kids look like. And that's not even clicking on their profile. That's hovering over their name. Now I clicked on their profile. It's opened up a world of information for me. I'm going to your About Me page. Ooh, I see what schools you've went to. I've seen the places you've lived. Oh my. I now know how to contact you because your contacting basic information is right out there. Oh, let me see who your friends and family are. Oh, you have your brother labeled as brother. Perfect. I'm clicking on that now. Do you see how easy it is? I'm just trying to give you guys examples of how easy that was for me to find this person. Now I know they're married. I know where they live, where they work. I know what their kids look like. And I'm not even a professional. So it's kind of scary. If it's me, send a friend request. Call anytime. That's some scary. It is some scary shit, killing and dying. That's just by one person, like I said, putting a comment of an emoji on a post that my gaming page made. Right? There are people who are content creators who are predators. There's been several banned on Twitch because they are child predators. Just because someone signs up to be a content creator on Twitch or Mixer don't mean shit. Doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean that they're an honest person. Doesn't mean that they're a good person. Anybody can sign up for a streaming account under any name they want. I get to know you. I befriend you. If I was somebody that, was that sick and wanted to hurt people, I could easily do that. I can befriend you and I can find your information. They can find your children's information. Nobody does background checks. Nobody. Tell me one site of social media streaming platform that does background checks. That's it. It's time for me to build the underground compound and go silent. We live in a digital age. Everything is findable. You can go and look just by having internet access. Nothing is safe. Yeah, I would hide it. I'd hide everything that you possibly can. Everything you possibly can. Nobody does background checks. The reason why there were people banned on Twitch for being a child predator is because someone recognized them and reported them and showed their actual rap sheet on this watchdog site. I guess this watchdog site is a government site where you can search pedophiles, child predators. And that's what they did. They found out that this person was a predator. They reported it to Twitch with their findings, and that account was banned. That person was streaming Fortnite to hundreds of children. There you go. I just walked my way into your house without you knowing. You think your child is safe because they're watching me on the Xbox, but I'm now in your house, right? So be careful. Be careful. I know it sounds like doom and gloom, but if you're going to be on the internet, be prepared. This is fucking reality, people. This is reality. This is not science fiction. This is not fiction. This is reality. Anything you put on the internet can and will be found out. So be careful what you put out there. Only my friends can see the birthday, and I don't add people I don't know. Even people, do you know, Kay, that someone can follow you on Facebook and they can see anything that they want unless you have that follow setting set up properly? So I can go and randomly find somebody on Facebook. Let's take this person. I can follow them and I can see exactly, I see where they live. I see where they work. I see their photos. This is just some random person I hit the follow button on. I didn't add them as a friend. I just hit the follow button on. Let me find you. Are we friends, Kate? Are we friends? I think we might be friends. That it wouldn't work. Well, there's several of you, so oh wait, I think I found you. Ooh. I found you, and but I'm not even friends with you, but looking at your page, I found who your significant other is. I see the photos. I'm gonna open up this photo. I'm gonna go inspect it. I can see where this photo was taken. I'm not even friends with Kay on Facebook. But that's what I'm able to see right now just by going to her profile. I also see, but what's really good, Kay, is when you hover over your name, you have nothing there. So that's really good. I can't see your friends list, so that's even better. But I can see all of your photos. I can see all of your albums. I can see videos. I see your check-ins, right? I see your likes. I see your reviews. No worries, Moonsmurf. I love your face. And I'm not friends with her on Facebook. That's how much information I was just about to see. I can actually work off of that. It's a good thing that her overview is hidden. Places that you've lived are gone. You can't see anything. All I see is I hate politics and you're female. Kay, remove your mother. Because now I just found more information on you. I just found out where she works. Remove those labels. When you guys have labels on your shit, remove them. Now, you don't know Kay's name, so you won't be able to find her unless you know exactly her name on Facebook. But this is just creeping. I want to creep, so I'm going to see what I can find. I just found her mom, and I found out where she works, where she's gone to school, where she's at, where she's from. Your mother's information is wide open as well. And I'm not a professional, right? I'm going to take a look. Now, my mother, I come from a long line of people who use alternate accounts and names. I don't know what it is. My mother, my sisters, nobody uses their real fucking name in my family. Nobody. My mother's name is completely fucking different. My sister's name, I don't even know where she pulled this fucking name out of. But she has her own name. None of this stuff is real. Like, none of it's real. I don't know why it matters where my mom lives and works, regard to me. But Kay, instance right there. You're like, I don't know why it matters. I'll tell you why it matters. If I want to hurt you in any which way or form, I am going to go the path of least resistance. Your mom can have photos of you tagged. Your mom can have tagged photos of you and your spouse. Your mom can have information of you in a photo. If I want to hurt you, I can. That's the thing that I'm trying to put across is you might be like, I don't care. I don't like my mother. She's a fucking cunt. And you could be like, okay, but I don't care if you like your mother or not. I want information. And if I'm willing to find it, I'm willing to search for it. You may be like, oh, what does that have to do with me? Let's see. You know, if she has stuff on her timeline that points to you and your spouse. Right? No, I know. And I'm not going to hurt her. I'm not going to hurt anybody, but I'm just trying to put it out there that just because you whatever, maybe you're estranged from your parent, I still found that information. I can go through her to find you. That's what I'm trying to make a point. I can go through this information, I can see where she lives, and I can get to you. And, you know, I don't want anyone to get hurt. Yeah, exactly. And Batty, that's another one is there as well. The quicker you change it, the better it is. I can pick anybody. I mean, I can go to my own, I know my sister's name, so I'm going to go to her page, but I'm going to sign out of my Facebook, right? And my sister, I mean, all of her shit's fake, but you can still see everything. You can put everything, like she lives at Bubbles and Biscuits. That's where she puts that she lives, right? She's a truck driver is her job. My sister is not even, but this is the fake shit that she puts on there. So, I mean, even if someone was to find her through me and they would find her false name, they would look at this and it's all fake, right? Is your spouse a female? Well, and that's the thing. Anybody can find anybody they want, right? That's how easy it is. How easy it is. I can type in, let me go find a streamer. Let me go find a streamer, a friend of mine that streams. Another thing, when you have a page, a gaming page, in the settings on your gaming page, it says, do you want us to link your account? Don't. Go to your gaming page, go into your settings, make sure that nothing is set to you on your gaming page. Your gaming page is a completely separate entity from your personal Facebook, but you have to have a personal Facebook page to make a gaming page. And in there, it has a setting for you to set it to connect to you. Make sure that's off. But yeah, I can go to about on this. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to, but I'm going to this person's information, and I can go on things that they've liked, and I can go through and, you know, find out some personal information, which is not good. But yeah, definitely. You want to make sure that your information is protected at all times, on every level, regardless of what you do. I'm not out to hurt anybody, but there could be that person you piss off as a mod. No, me and you are not friends on Facebook. We can be, but that was just me being public. Yeah, that was just me looking at you on a public. I wasn't, we're not friends at all. I have a lot of stuff changed, but I need to get that old stuff gone because you can still find me through old tweets. Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. What did you think of my stream? What can you make it better? You can always make a stream better regardless of where you're at in your streaming career. I can make my stream better, right? You can always improve and upgrade. I liked your stream, and if you're going to take this to the next steps, I would suggest in investing in equipment that can better your stream. Yep. Yeah, changing this right now got me paranoid. But it's good information, right? This is how people who want to swat you get your information. I have an address. I have a business address that's not associated with me or heavy in any which way or form. This is the address that I hand out when people want to send me things. This address isn't even in the same city as I am. It says it is, but when you actually look it up and you were to go and find things, it's not in my city. The mail actually goes to the city over. So when I give my address out for people to send me stuff, I'm sending them an address that's not associated with me or my family in any which way. It is a business address that accepts packages. That's what that is. Your post office, if you're in Canada, your post office will do that for you. It's called Express Post Office, where you can give the address to the post office for your stuff to go to. Ake, thank you for that host. Hi, Hell. Hey, Ra, you creeping people again. Basically, trying to give them some information on how to protect themselves. Bruno, thank you for that host. I see that none of my notifications are going through. You have a common name, not so easily, so I am not easy to find. That's what you think, Constable. All it takes is one little piece of information. Again, if you've missed it, Battie and Dillinger, I pride myself on people not being able to find who I really am. I pride myself on it. Battie and Dillinger do this for a living. They were able to find information on me, not from Reanimator, but from another name and another business that I haven't been associated with in years. They were able to find. So just because you think you have a common name and you're going to be unable to find, there's that one piece of information that will link it all together. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Battie and Dillinger, because this is what they do for a living. This one tiny little piece of information can be connected to your name. Again, Regal's name, like they gave an example, Regal's name is very specific. Very specific. She may have a random name. Her name can be Mary Jane Smith. And if they want, they can Google Mary Jane Smith. They can go to Name Checker. They can go on to different sites that are free and open to them and type that in there. All they need is one little piece of information linking that name to you. That's it. It's a new way to do a horror show. Exactly, right? How are you doing, Dr. Rosetta? Yeah. You're able to find, you just want to be careful. That's all this is. I'm not trying to make you paranoid, but I'm trying to make you think and to protect yourself for just in case. Because it does happen, right? It does happen. I know a few of you were asking about modding and how mods work and what to do with mods and how to do things with mods. Yeah, it is a real life horror, Battie. I completely agree with you. Those of us that have been stalked, those of us that have had issues with random people, I know what kind of hell I lived. And it's scary shit. This was even before I started becoming a content creator. So it is scary stuff. There's lots of stuff out there that people can find you. I am stressed, but life is good. I'm doing great, Dr. Rosetta. We just finished a portion of how to protect yourself on the internet. If you missed it, we did have Battie and DillingerPage in Discord voice explaining what they do for a living and how to protect yourself on social media. We then went through a few of the sites like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube on how to protect your personal information. It's very simple stuff that you can do by easily turning off your location. Turning off your location and putting everything that is out there on private. Hell, 1981, thank you so much for the host. Mwah, I appreciate it. True, I have a machete sitting right there underneath my Jason mask, right? And I've got a screwdriver next to me, and I've got a pen. I can use those all as weapons, but the fact of the matter is someone who's going to want to hunt you down and hurt you, they're not going to give you a warning. I just spent the past hour updating and changing all my passwords. Authy, guys, Authy. Authy is a great thing to have, and it's a password manager as well. I know I posted the link to Authy, so I will post it again. I will also post all the links to all of the information that you've seen here. Like Authy, your Google account, stuff like that. But Authy.com, it's not letting me post it. What the fuck? Okay. Anyways, my chat's broken. No, Authy, AUTHY.com. I'm setting up all the things to authenticate. Exactly. Definitely do so. Definitely do so. I have guns. I do. I as well. I as well. But Authy, you can use Authy for everything. And what it does is it sends you a message to your phone. It is an app on your phone. So you sign up for it, you download it, you attach your accounts. I have everything on Authy: Discord, Facebook, Mixer, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. So that anyone tries to sign in on my account, I get a notification that says enter this code. If they don't have that code, they can't get any further into my account. Protecting yourself anywhere, especially online, is a constant battle. Always keep your passwords and security updated. I have my password change every month or so. I don't know. I have all of my passwords set to change, and they change to a random number that's generated. It's really cool. It generates them for you, but you're fucked if you forget it, right? So I have a password manager that keeps my passwords, and it's 2auth on top of that as well. So let's just say someone hacked my computer and they wanted to get into my account and they got into my PC, but they're trying to get into my accounts. They can't, because no matter where they log in from, they're going to end up getting an Authy request. Hi, Vivid. How are you doing, darling? You don't do social media, and that's good. But your Xbox. I can turn on my Xbox right now, go through my friends list, and see how many of you have your first and last name on there. How many of you have your friends list open? People don't realize that your Microsoft account has your first and last name, which also gets tied to your Xbox account. I've changed that, right? Mine's Reanimate Her. If you want to look at it, mine's Reanimate Her. Could be better, I guess. How are you? I'm doing good. Vivid works with a bunch of criminals. Vivid works at a prison. So he works with people who want to hurt you. He keeps them in their cages. Your Xbox is your fake name. Exactly. You just have whatever you want. You can put anything you want. On my Xbox, it's Reanimate Her. But you want to use those to protect yourself. Yeah. Maximum security state prison. That's a scary fucking place. Name checker. You want to check where your gamer tag is on. That's another good way for your branding as well, right? You want to see if your name, let's just say you're starting streaming and you want to see where your name is available at. So let's say Reanimate Her. I'm going to type it in on this site. It's going to tell me at what places this name is open for me to make an account on. And there's only very few, because I have my name on every social media venue. Hackers can find you if you have that information out there. Again, let's just say someone hacked my computer. Anything that they find is locked. I have files that have passwords on them that are locked, and my passwords are not generated by me going in and typing Fluffy Kitty 123. My passwords are special characters, lower uppercase letters and numbers that don't make any fucking sense, that gets changed every month. And I have a password generator. It's an app that I pay for, and it's a password generator. You put your previous password in, it generates another password that is super strong. And if someone's going to hack my computer, they're going to have to know a lot of that shit about me. Yeah. Is there a way to check your profile from a public view? Yes. Okay, there's two ways. BattiePage said log out. There's also a setting inside Facebook, and this is where you're going to check. Inside Facebook, you can actually do it to public, right? So you're going to go into Facebook, two ways: log out, search, or go into your Facebook, go to settings, and go down to timeline and tagging. And the third box that has review, the second sentence is review what other people see on your timeline. Click view as, and you can click that, and you can view what people see that are open. And you want to know how? I went through your pictures, Kay. That's how I found. It's not strange. I went through Kay's pictures. Kay's pictures are open. right? Now, I know Kay's first and last name. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I found out that you have what's called intro pictures, okay, and they're open to me, right? I just clicked on a picture. Now I can go and get that information. Now Kay, I see Kay is doing changes because I can't get into the same information that I recently got into, right? So she's changing stuff, and that's good. That's good. She's changing. So, I can tell that she has some stuff on lockdown. And that's a good thing. On her page publicly, I can go to her intro, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos of her up there and it says intro right there, as well as I can go into her photos and I can see, oops, she changed that. You changed that. Good job. Good job. Now I can't see anything besides her featured photos and her cover photos. Whatever you did, Kay, you changed it. You changed something, because now I don't see anything other than your featured photos. These are photos that you personally put in the featured section on Facebook, and your cover photos. I cannot see any videos. I can't see anything anymore so far. So whatever you did, you did well. I didn't know anything about Kay, and I found her info. Right? But you did change it. Whatever you did, Kay, you changed it. The only thing that I see here is your check-ins. And I see that you checked in 2017 at a place, right? That's all I see. As somebody who is not a friend on you, let me refresh the page just to see if anything else has changed. Let me just see about Kay's about. Everything is closed now. Everything is closed. Your photos are on lock except for those 2 that I told you. I can see what movies you like, but really no one's going to get where you live off of the movies that you like. The music that you like, the bands, not going to see that. TV shows, books, but your likes, like your likes, you may want to turn that off, because your likes could be things in your city, in your place. Yeah, this is information on everything, Mama Ducky, and thank you for that host. This is information to protect yourself online. I'm just showing how easy it is to find information on you just by one little thing. You'll be 10 minutes? Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. PayPal is safe to use. PayPal is safe to use. But just like anything can get hacked, credit cards, government, FBI, all of it can get hacked. Just realize that. It's safe until it gets hacked, right? My bank, my credit card was hacked. It's a major company. I'm not saying who my credit card company is, but they were hacked about a year ago, right? If you can find me, let's see. I don't know too much about you. So, you're hosting me though. But I was able to go to your page, and you don't have anything on there. No info. No info. So I wouldn't know where to go, right? But again, I don't do this professionally. I can guarantee you that someone who does will be able to find whatever they want on anybody, right? For people who are content creators, you're going to want to have everything on lockdown. Everything on lockdown. Things that you share. Things that your friends share. Yeah, we're friends, right? We're friends. So I kind of know who you are.
Balls. Tell us about your balls, Pete.
Tell us about your balls.
I love your cheese and eating and have balls for the taste. Popcorn balls, cheese balls, rum balls, you name it.
I mean, besides me seeing your full name, like I see your first, middle, and last name. But again, I'm friends with you on Facebook, so it'll be hard. I can see anything that you allow your friends to see.
Would you like
Yeah,
to see my
this
balls
is
now?
what, I mean, I don't like to scare anybody, but this is information that's needed. because a lot of us don't realize what's out
You
there.
have some beautiful balls.
We're friends on Facebook, Diva, so I'll be able to see your information. Whatever if you guys want to see what the public can see, go to your settings.
Look at that,
All right,
Sherry, the
go
way
into
they glisten.
settings, go down to timeline and tagging, go to review, and it should have
help but
review
notice,
what
Pete, your
other
balls
people
are a little
see on your timeline. Click that and it'll view as public. So it will show you what people see if they're not your friend, right?
Go ahead, but be careful. They're very delicate.
Or even log out. Yeah, log out, go to your page, take a look at what you can see that's not even logged in. KSI 3523, welcome to the Horde. Thank you for the follow.
I like the way
How
your
do you
balls
change your?
smell.
You're gonna go into your settings. You're gonna come in here. Now you have your intro photos, right? You're gonna want to go and take them off on your profile.
Whatever you want to them,
You can
baby.
take them off right on the front of your profile. So I'm gonna go to my profile for instance. I have photos. Now mine, I don't worry about because these are photos that I allow everyone to see.
Well, there's no beating my
And
balls.
you can either go to your albums
They're made from a secret.
and
Sheriff
edit
had
your
recipe.
albums individually,
No one can resist
right? So
my
you can
sweaty
go to
balls.
manage, see photos hidden from timeline. You can go in and edit that album. Unfortunately, unfortunately, Facebook does not have a way to do this under settings. Your intro photos, that's interesting. Now, I wish I could actually see only me. Only I can see some of these. Let me go to my other page here and like on the front of my page, I have top five photos. They're called. Let me just get the full name for you here. Hold on. I've got albums. I have my profile pictures. I have stuff like that. Thank you, Serial Killer, for those embers. I do appreciate it. No worries, Bumpiest. I want to protect my friends. On mobile, just go to settings. Yeah, if you're on mobile, you can actually go to view as well. On my home, on my Facebook page, on Reanimate Her, I do have intro photos. I also have intro videos. And you can see my top 5 pictures that I put there. You can also see my top 5 videos. I only have 2 in there actually at the moment. If you go to my other page, which is Cat Reanimate Her, I have certain things that you guys can see. Everything else is everyone can see. I don't care, because that's what I have as public, right? Again, sign out and Google yourself, type in your first and last name, use every persona you have ever used. You got to get off to travel home from work. This has been very infinite. I'm glad it's been good. I'm glad you understand. And, this info helps you guys protect yourselves. Be safe, killing and dying. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will slash you later. But yeah, this information it's important. And you know what? Let me see if I can find. That you want to keep as much information private as you possibly can. Turn off your locations on everything. Right? You found info. Lock it down. If you go to Google and type in your first and last name and photos of you and your childhood home pop up, tear it down. If you have no access to that website, go to Whois. Go to the website Whois. Let's see here. I'll give you a link. And you can look up the domain name and get the information on who owns that domain. And then contact them and say, hey, I would appreciate it if you can take my picture or whatever it is that's up there down off the internet. Now, it's really up to them whether or not they're going to do it. And if they don't do it, then be very stingy on what you allow people to know about you. right? No worries, no worries, Hal. I want to keep people safe. And, this is the last thing content creators think about. Seriously. How many of you thought about locking down your information before you became a content creator? So there's no. Unless you have access to the website where you can delete it. Let's just say you were on MySpace back in the day and MySpace still has a photo of you up there with your hometown and bullshit, right? If you have the login information to that website, you can go and take it down yourself. But if you don't, you need to go to Whois, have them look at it, find out, message that company, whoever they may be, and see if they'll take it down. There is no guarantee that they will take it down. Remember, what you put out there on the internet, even if it says it's private, is not private. It's being stored somewhere on someone's server. It's out there. So remember that. And I can tell you right now, many of you probably never even thought about your personal and private safety online when you decided to sign up for Mixer. People are sick. It's disgusting. I'm sorry I'm late today. Little one and me had a snow day. That's awesome. She loved it. That's awesome, Mama. Right, those mods that want to get off and do something can. Okay, yeah, Lacey, we're going to give you full control of the commands and everything right now. So, excuse me, if you want to do pixel gives, you're more than welcome to do pixel gives. But the information that I gave you, all of the links, like to Whois, I'll put it in Discord, as well as your name checker. Best way to check if your branding has been taken on other platforms, all platforms. You can go to name checker and type in your brand, right? You can type in Reanimator or whatever brand you're looking to, Book Chronicles, and you can see what websites are available for that name. So when you are doing your branding, you want to make sure that you can go across everywhere with the same brand, right? You want Reanimator, like my branding is the same on everything, and you want that consistency as a content creator. No, I don't play Rocket whatever league, no. But that's what you want to do, especially if you're a content creator and you're looking to make more out of this than just streaming. You want to become partner, you want to get sponsors, you want to make money at this. Make sure your branding is consistent. So if your YouTube is Reanimate Her, make sure your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or anything that you go on is going to be the same name. It's easier for people to find you. Pixel Give is loud. I don't know why it was loud. Strange. I haven't done anything. I didn't turn anything down. And you guys say it's better? I didn't do anything. Mama Ducky, GG's, claim it. Very strange. I didn't turn anything down. I went to look at it and it's still at 53%. No, Battie's voice was on Discord chat. It's a totally different fader. I have a Go XLR, so each thing that I have that has sound is on its own fader. So Discord is on a chat fader. It's on by itself. Firebot is on another one by itself. The music is on another one by itself. System sounds, anything system sounds, so alerts, pixel gives are all on one. And that is halfway. That's never changed. That's at 53%, so that's never changed. I don't know. I do know that Mixer is still having issues. The site is still wonky. The alert is still up there, so maybe that has something to do with it. Thank you, Lacey. Lacey, I have fixed your account on Streamloots, so you should be able to give out Streamloots chest. So it should work. I like something someone liked on a Facebook page and their post was public and it showed my Facebook for everyone to see. Yeah. The simplest thing as liking something or signing up for a group or liking a page, people can see your information. Lock it down. Lock it down. Now, I know you guys have questions about mods and how to obtain mods and have an outline of what you should do for mods. I run the behind the scenes like a business. So when I'm looking for mods, I look for people who are active in my chat, who have X amount of hours. This is what I look for. For me, I'm gonna use myself as an example of what I do for mods. I know I'm a slave driving motherfucker too, right, Kay? I've got that whip out and everything. I never accept friends with no profile pic. I never accept anybody I don't know. And this is my gaming page. I do have, let me go to my Google Drive. Google. I have everything on Google Drive that me and Regal do. And Google Drive is really good for having your, mod pack, your mod requirements, what I have is I have an application for becoming a mod. I also have, let's see what I have here in mod stuff. Okay, so I have my mod and apply for moderator. All right, let's see. Which now you can turn into where people can't fill it in, right? So you can share this link to be a fillable link to anybody, but they can't edit it. You've got those toxic tits apparently. Exactly. This is my mod. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is my mod application that me and Regal, we've reworked it. We have reworked it. So I do have a application that people who are interested in becoming a mod can fill this out. It's got, please read before applying. This is what you must be able to do if you're able to do this. This is an updated one. So this one here, not only does somebody get a requirement sheet first. So let's just say let's just say Regal wasn't a mod and Regal wanted to become a mod. So Regal messages me and said, hey, if you ever have a mod position open, I just want to put my name in there for in the event you ever need a mod. I want to let you know that I want to do that. All right. I keep that in the back of my head. I was like, okay, so I'm going to send you what I require, right? So I sent Regal a thing that I require, what I expect of my mods. So my mods know exactly what is expected of them. So before they get that application, they get the requirements, what I expect. And they go over that. If they decide, okay, yeah, I want to be your mod. The next step is sending them my mod application. And let's see, Horde Keeper requirements. Here we go. Let me get my Horde Keeper requirements. It's a PDF. So here is my mod requirements. This is the very first thing somebody receives when they want to be a mod. Okay? This is what I require. Now, this is an old one. Obviously, it has Mr. Pink in there, but I have an updated one that's in Discord. This is my old one. These are the requirements, how many hours you have to have, how long you have been following me, must be available for this, whatever, right? This is an old one. I now require people to be here a minimum of 3 times out of a 6-day stream, right? I expect them have a PC or a laptop because streaming, modding for mobile is a pain in the ass, and I will not accept a mod if they can only do mobile. Now, we've had instances where some of my mods, unfortunately, their laptop died and they were forced to do mobile. I don't remove their modship because of that. But if you were to looking to become my mod, that would be the first thing I ask you is, do you have a PC or a laptop? Because I won't accept you on mobile. Good communication skills. I expect my mods to be engaging in chat. I expect every single one of my mods to be in chat at all times and chatting. I don't want lurker mods. I have lurker mods, and they're lurker mods for a reason. Anybody that I bring on, Lacey, Batman, Regal, Kay, Book, they're my active mods. They know coming into this that they received this requirement sheet. They know they have to be active in my chat. They have to do pixel gives. They need to keep the chat going, not only keeping it clean, but they need to be interacting with the community members, getting along, doing all different sorts of things to keep my chat engaged. That is what I expect. I don't need mods who just lurk. I don't. I have enough of those, and I don't need any more. So I make sure that anyone that I bring on from that day forward is going to be active in my chat, and constantly active, not active 1 minute, gone for an hour, come back. They've got to be constantly active. Do you see how active Batman Goddess is? Book Chronicles, K, Regal, Sneaky Tiger. They're very active in chat. You're constantly seeing their names every other chat line. That's what I expect. Now, your stream may be different than my stream. You may have different expectations, but for me, that is what it takes, right? Yep. Did you haunt her? I love seeing those green names in chat, right? Thank you, Death, for those sparks. But that is what I expect, right? This is how I run my mod team. And I have a head mod, and that would be Regal. Vivid, thank you for that host. Vivid is the head mod. She is going to help me with numerous things, creating a new requirement, creating and updating the application, doing a mod pack. So first, this is what my people get if they want to become a mod. Once they agree to this requirement, then they get the mod application. Okay? And it's done in Google Drive. Google Drive you can share editing preferences with. Right now, only Regal and I have the ability to edit this application. But somebody outside, Vivid, Zombie Guts, or whoever, if they wanted to become a mod, they have the ability to type their information in. They can't edit, but they can type their information in. You do have to be at least 18 to be a mod of mine. I have lots of questions. These are questions that are important to your stream. What is your mixer handle? Are you at least, if you stream on 18, all of your participants should be 18. Okay, all of your mods. Have you been a mod before? Yes. If so, for who? And will it interfere with my stream time? Very important. You may think, oh, well, my chat's kind of dead, so I don't really need them there all the time. No, you do. Because when you put the expectations out of, I need this, and let's just say you blow up and your chat is fucking active, but your mods are like, you didn't tell me to do this beforehand. I'm not going to fucking be there. I'm modding for somebody else right now. You put those expectations out there, right? So even though you may not have anybody in your chat, nobody is viewing your chat, have one mod, at least one, and have those expectations of what you want your mod to do. Your mod is also your lifesaver when your chat is dead, right? They can sit there, they can keep the conversation between the both of you going. The last thing you want is a dead air channel. I have been lurking in numerous Horde members' channels lately. My biggest thing that I have seen in numerous channels is dead air. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was fucking bored. I was bored. I sat there and I'm like this. And I watched for a good 4 hours. I've watched the whole stream. Having one person there, a mod, to talk to you is better than talking by yourself. When I started streaming, I had no mods. It was very difficult to talk to myself. I'm not going to call anybody out. That's one thing I will not do. I don't want to point fingers. I don't want anyone to feel bad, because this is not the point of feeling bad. It's the point of me telling you that, you know what? Chat. I don't care what you're chatting about, but chat. Because I was in someone's stream yesterday and I was bored as fuck. I was like, oh my God, what is happening here? Nobody is talking. And I didn't want to talk in that chat. I wanted to see what you were like in your element. I didn't want to chat and start the conversation because I'm trying to critique you guys and give you the information to help you better your channels. And I will contact you all individually, and I will not call you out in public. I was looking for dope DVD streamers the other night, and oh my fucking God, the amount of dead air I came across is crazy. Even partners maxed out on Sparks were dead silent and on their phones. Exactly. Who wants to sit in a dead, quiet stream? You can have 100 people in there, but if you're not talking, it's boring as fuck. I ain't gonna stay. The whole point of me watching a live stream is being interactive, right? Being interactive. This is my mod application. Do you know how to mod on Mixer? Very important, because if you have to train them, this is where you're going to figure it out. Have you ever been banned from someone's stream? Very important. Very important. If they have been banned in somebody's stream, majority of the time they're a dick, and they were banned on a reason. So this is something for you to take in consideration. Are you available for the times Raw needs you? The minute you say yes, I hold you to that. Are you available on these days? And I specifically have in there these days. So if you check yes to every 6 days, I'm going to hold you to 6 days. If you check Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to hold you to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So this is what's so important about having a mod application. Exactly. Things change. This is where your communication with your mods come in. For example, when Kay became a mod of mine, she was able to do all sorts of shit. Then she has her new school schedule that kicked in September. She was like, okay, so I can only do this day, and this day, at this time, and this time. This is where your communication with your mods come in, right? If you know, okay, so Kay was able to mod for me 6 days a week. Now she can only mod for me 3 days a week on these days at this time. I now know for myself and the other mods in the team that Kay can only do these days. I pin it in the Discord, and I know I have coverage on that day. If your mod decides not to show up, not to hey, by the way, I'm stuck in traffic, I can't get to your stream, a quick Discord message, a quick text. I have WhatsApp. I have my mods on here. Text me. Communication is something that's so important when it comes to your mods. You want that communication. I checked yes, but yeah, exactly. And at that time when I brought on Kay, when I brought on Regal, I was streaming evenings. When I brought on Lacey, Book, and Batman, there was a different stream time, right? So, things change. People's lives change. Different things happen. People break up. People start taking classes. People get a new job. People lose a job. Things change. Having that communication in your Discord for your people to say, hey, by the way, Raw, I'm not going to be here this weekend. I'm going away for a family trip. I won't be back until Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Great. I know I will not have so-and-so here from this time to this time. I'm going to need coverage. Then I'll go into my Discord and say, hey, which mods of mine do I have that can fill in this day and this day and this day until Tuesday at 8, right? So communication is very important. Having your mod app is important. Does your moderator stream? Okay, if you stream, what time and will your stream interfere with your modding schedule? If you stream and you're like, well, shit, I stream at the same time you do, obviously you can't be a mod. Because there's no point. You're streaming at the same time as I'm streaming, there's no point, right? If you're like, no, like Book streams different time than I stream. So Book is able to be here to mod, and then later on she's able to go into her stream and not have a worry, right? So you can still stream and be a mod for me. It's just that your stream cannot coincide with my stream. There is no point to be a mod in someone's stream if you're never going to show up. If you're never going to show up there and do your job, there is no point in being a mod. There is no point in being a mod. And don't get upset when that streamer unmods you because you're never there. Right? I'm also a streamer. Yep, I know you are. But this is the stuff that we need to know. I need to know. Part 2 of the application is, when do you go live? Do you have Discord? If not, are you able to get it? Do you have Twitter? Do you have Instagram? Are you willing to retweet, tweet, and share my social media? Share my sponsors, my partnerships, my streams, images that I post on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I have requirements. I require my mods to post on social media when I'm live. I expect my mods to retweet the stuff that I tweet out. Whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or all three of them if they're on it, I expect those things. That's a requirement. When someone signs up to be a mod, that's the first thing they see is my requirement sheet. So I would suggest to each of you who are creating content and are becoming a streamer, sit down, make yourself a requirement sheet in Google. It's free. Go to Google Drive, go to Forms, set yourself up with a requirement, what you expect, okay? That's your first thing your people get when they want to be a mod. Okay, you want to be a mod? No problem. Here, take that. Read that. If you agree with it, then I'll send you a mod application. Okay, you agree with it? Now send out the mod application. They fill that out. Look over that mod application. Look over it very well. Make sure that they exceed your requirements. I know we're going to miss you when Leon comes as well, Batman. We are. But you'll be back, and we know you'll be back. So regardless, we will miss you. Now, from there, I always suggest having a mod pack. What is a mod pack? A mod pack is something that has all of your commands. I'm going to give you a quick look of my mod pack. Now, again, I created this mod pack on Google Drive, and me and Regal have expanded it and created it and have keep it updated. This mod pack is just like a handbook that you would get at a job. Again, I run all of this as a business behind the scenes. You just made a mod pack for Maddie? Nice. I would argue the social media one. Yeah. Well, it depends. It depends on the social media. It depends. Again, that's why, like I said, Gamer Sass, all of the newer mods that I brought on, this is what they abide by, right? And if they don't have social media, that's fine. It's not a make or break deal. But this is my mod pack. Each person has their own individual identity on social media, streamer or not, and to require them to retweet your content on their page seems iffy. But if you're a mod, and any mod that I know of on most streamers' channels, they have a Twitter mod page. Regal has a Twitter mod page. Kay has a page that she uses for streaming. Well, not streaming, but she doesn't stream yet, but uses it to share tweets of Maddie going live, I am going live. If you have your own personal Twitter, that's why my mod application states, do you have Twitter, Instagram, and the social media? This is what I ask. Because as a mod myself for other people's streams, I retweet their stuff. Hell, I know streamers that go up and beyond that expect their mods to do so much more. But again, if someone agrees to being a mod, they're agreeing to those requirements before even applying, right? If you have a personal Twitter, you shouldn't be using it for anything streaming related. That goes back to hiding your personal information. If you're using anything for content creation, it should all be under your gaming persona. All my accounts have to be locked, though, because they will be looked at when I'm trying to find a job as a teacher. Exactly. So I don't expect Kay to retweet my sponsor stuff or my streams because I already knew ahead of time that she is applying her real life goal, right? And they're going to search her social media. So I already knew off the bat. See, having social media is not a make or break in my stream, but it might be in yours. I do know a streamer that you must have social media. You must share their stuff. That's a requirement. And if you're willing to sign that and sign up for it, that's your prerogative. I do expect them to tweet when I'm live. I expect that. Right? I mean, being a mod, now I'm not talking about you or Heavy or Golden Steph. I'm talking about those that I brought on. So if you take you guys out of the equation, those who sign on are agreeing to the requirements that I'm putting out there. I expect that. And if they don't do it, what's the reason why? Because you said you were going to do it when you signed up for it. You feel better today? That's good, Stony. Yeah. And I mean, if you don't require that, you don't require it. But again, why wouldn't your mod want to help you get exposure? Right? Anyone that I mod for, I'm always tweeting out their stream, whether they expect me to do it or not. When you go live, if I get a notification that you're live, I tweet out your stream. I retweet your stream. Just so, thank you for those embers, Zake. Even though you don't require it, I still do it because I want to help you get your name out there, help you get your brand further, right? I do require it from all my new mods. Thank you so very much, Ake, for those embers. You just got yourself a million brains. That wheel was book got that wheel. Yeah. Being a mod is a role of support. Exactly, is a role of support. So I expect mods to support me on social media. But again, your stream will be different than mine and how you run it. I run mine like a business. This is how I make my livelihood. This is how I'm running it. If somebody doesn't like it, they don't have to sign up to be a mod, right? They get my mod requirements. They look at it like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. That's fine. Nobody's saying you have to. Just don't apply for my mod chip. I don't enforce any of that stuff either. I'm not going around. Thank you, Serial Killer, for those embers. I'm also not going around looking at my mods' Twitter, seeing if they're tweeting out my stream. I ain't got fucking time for that, right? Yeah, I get it. I see like tweeting out live or whatever. Maybe it's just the comment about retweeting. I expect them to retweet all of the content for the stream. So if I tweet out a clip, if you notice, Regal will retweet that clip. Batman Goddess, Sneaky Tiger, everybody will retweet that tweet. But again, taking aside you, Golden Steph, and Heavy, moving you guys out of the side, they actually retweet all of this stuff because they're support. I actually have all of my mods supporting me: Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Eska, thank you for the auto host. I do appreciate it. But you know, again, you'll run your stream differently than I run mine. And again, if you're doing this just for the hell of it, you don't plan on becoming partner, you're not planning to make money from this, you don't need any of this, right? You don't need it. For somebody who is just doing it just to stream, you don't need it. This, right? I do this. I want to continue doing this as a business. I want this to grow into something more than just Mixer. So I do run the behind the scenes as a business, and all of my mods that are that have come on after Mr. Pink, put it to you that way, after Mr. Pink, have agreed that they are fine with sharing stuff. Like they share, like if you look at Twitter, you look at Regal shares everything of mine, everything. And then of course I share her stuff too and retweet her stuff. But that's just support. A moderator is support. That's how I look at it. Yeah, Mixer does. Mixer does. I agree. Mixer's a pain in the ass sometimes. Seriously. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so. I see it. But this is my mod pack. This is what me and Regal have perfected. And it goes, welcome to the Horde Keepers. You are now a trustworthy zombie leader. And then it goes on to stuff. It goes on to, you know, information here, congratulating you, who you need to go to if you have an issue. You go to Regal, then Regal comes to me. Like that. And then, what is this for? What is this pixel give for? Brains? Okay. Yeah, when you guys do Lacey, so when you do some brains, please just like let me know. I don't really read everything that you guys put out there because it's so much to read. I skim. Just let me know if it's brains. and then I'll enter. Yeah, slightly spam it. It catches my attention. Because then I know it's brains. I'm like, oh shit, I'll enter it. I'm used to seeing book and everybody spam it lightly, like, 4 or 5 lines. I'm like, oh shit, it's brains. I'm going to enter. Or oh shit, it's limbs. I'm going to enter. Lacey hasn't been a mod for a while. Has been a mod for a while, but has been away, right? With real life and stuff. Lacey is now coming back into modding. So we are trying to get Lacey up to date with the rest of the mods. So we're retraining, and in the event that it's just me and Lacey, because that will happen, I need to have Lacey up on every command, everything we do in the stream. Wild Moonflower, GG's. Now normally we will say, I got it first, and then do it. But since we're training Lacey, Lacey is going to do all of it. So if this was a normal day, Lacey would be like, I got it, then Lacey would do it. Whoever does the pixel give will do the reward, right? So if Lacey did the pixel give, Lacey will do the reward. If Kay did the pixel give, Kay will do the reward. If it's an ember that pops up on the stream, all you guys say is, I got it. The person who says I got it does the wheel and does the reward. Yeah, I think, get into the habit of saying I got it. Definitely Lacey. So even though we know you're going to be doing it, if you can say I got it, just so you can kind of get in the swing of doing things. What's up, Dark Sirius? How are you? So my mods have all of the mod commands, right? All of the mod commands with information describing what the hell they do. How to add stuff, right? How to sponsor commands. They can pop out my sponsor commands at any time for people whenever they want. My social media, social and Discord. Then they also have regular commands for everyone. This is in the mod pack. And in the mod pack has every command that a regular can use. And I have a lot of commands that regulars can use. And then I have keywords that everybody can use, right? So my mods know of every keyword that can be used. Subscriber commands. So there's no excuse saying, I don't know what this is. Open up the mod pack, boom, there it is. Everything in here. My schedule, when I'm off, when I go. My emotes and what they are. I have to update the emote list. Oh no, I already uploaded. Oh, it's already done, never mind. But I have a mod pack, and this is exactly what my mods get after they do their application. Their application process has been approved by Regal and I. They then get sent this mod pack. This mod pack is on Google Drive. We have it to where Regal and I can edit. We can send it to people. They can just read it. So Lacey, when you see Embers again, just make sure, or anything like that, Embers, just say you got it so everyone else knows. I mean, they know, but we want to get you into the swing of it, right? Don't tell me it's not worth trying. You can't tell me it's not worth dying. For you know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Thanks, Egg, for those Embers. I appreciate it. We know today, but tomorrow is another story. Exactly. Tomorrow is another story. So if you get into the swing of things of saying, I got it, then we know tomorrow we don't have to tell you to say it. You'll just say it, right? Have a mod pack or something close that you don't have to have as detailed mod pack as I have. I'm pretty anal about things, so I do go a little overboard, but at least my mods have everything. They don't have to worry about contacting me and saying, I don't know this command. What is this command? They can easily go click on it in Discord because I have it pinned in the mod chat. I have a mod channel and a mod and training channel. Anything that my mods are being trained on, any commands, everything gets posted and pinned in there. I don't use the main mod section to do any training because stuff gets lost. So if you are looking to obtain mods, make sure in your Discord you have a channel for training and just training only, and then a channel for you and your mods to talk in. It keeps things organized and it keeps it clear. I have, there's a late follow? I don't know what the hell. I'm seeing the host go off. I'm hearing it. It's late, right? Is it me or that's wholly fucking delayed? Wow. Jab Jum hosted me a while back and it's just popping up now. That is super delayed. Wow. Streamlabs and Mixer are having issues. Well, Mixer's having issues, which is going to fuck up the alerts. Thank you, Egg, for those embers. I appreciate it. But that's what I would do if you are looking for mods. Thank you, Lacey. If you're looking for mods, have something that when people say, hey, I'm going to throw my hat in. If you ever need a mod, here I am. Now, when I first started streaming, I had nothing like this. I didn't. I added people who I thought was trustworthy, like Gamer Sass, Mr. Pink. It wasn't until I brought on Mr. Pink that I start making a mod pack of some sort. I had something, but nothing crazy. Yeah, look at that, Bruno. It's so weird. A haunted chest? Awesome. So, Lacey, do you know how to give a chest? And then, yeah. But again, it really comes down to what you are planning to go as when you are streaming. Are you doing this just for the fun of it? Are you doing it now just to fill in some time? Is this something that you would like to do as a job in the future? Is this something that you plan on going for partnership for? Then you're going to want to make sure that you have things in place. Now, I learned a lot of the modding stuff from Cranky Canuck. Cranky Canuck had his community of mods and the way he ran them. I also learned a lot of this from Mr. Metro Birdman and how he runs his mods, right? Thanks again for allowing me to be a mod. No, thank you for wanting to be a mod, Book. Thank you for wanting to be a mod. Just wanted to say hi and thank you for showing me Tubi. I'm addicted. No worries, Pennywise. I'm glad you like Tubi. Okay, so Lacey, you'll have to go to streamloots.com. I'm gonna walk you through it. Lacey, on Rod's page, on Loots, go to gift chest, and in the left-hand side, pick the type, and then type their name and type their username. There you go. It's exactly how it is. Go to streamloots.com, go to my page, go to gift, and then you can gift by using that person's username. When you sign up for Streamloots, you're usually signing up with your Mixer name, so it automatically will have Ake's name, Ake OG. And Streamloots isn't loading again. If Streamloots is not loading, then we will write it down and give it to you later. I can see about giving it. I'm there now. I just want to see if Lacey's able to do it. Oh, we already, I think we already gave you, did we already give that chest from yesterday? I know last night I didn't do it. Okay, so we have to do it today. So, Lacey, when you get to Streamloots, make sure you gift Ake 2 chests. And so I have my mods able to gift chests on Streamloots. This is when I say, you need to trust your mods. My mods have the ability to hand out Streamloots chests, right? My mods have the ability to do pixel gives. I reminded you last night. Yeah, no, I didn't forget. Streamloots wasn't working for me at all. Okay, so, okay, perfect. Lacey, can you send one more to Ake, please? Streamloots wasn't working for me at all last night. So when I got off of Xbox with you, I went to Streamloots and it wasn't working for me. I just left it. Hey, Sporehan, how are you? That is an entrance title right there. If anyone's wondering what an entrance title is, Spore Rose came in and said, hey, and it has a word there that says, Rose has twirled into chat and made the graveyard that bit more cute. Those were words that Spore wanted in their entrance title. So that's what I put there. But yeah, picking your mods is important. You also, as a streamer, want to decide what you want to do. right? Not everyone is going to want to take this to the next level. So have yourself a mod, have a mod or two, and do your own requirements. I do know people who are trying to go for partner on Mixer. So if you're trying to go for partner, make sure you run it still like a business, because if you're going to go for a sub button, regardless if you're going to go full time or do it as a hobby with a sub button, you do have to get your paperwork in order. This is an income. So anything you make, tips, embers, subs, whether it's a Patreon sub or a Mixer sub or a Twitch sub or whatever sub, it has to be claimed. It's considered income. So if you're planning on doing this and you are wanting to be partner with Mixer, you have to run it like a business. Because if you don't, and you don't input your taxes and you don't claim your taxes, your government will find out. The government knows everything. They will find out and you will get screwed. So if you're not claiming your monies, let's just say you go 5 years without claiming any streaming money, and let's just say one day you get audited, they find out that you've been streaming for the last 5 years, they are able to penalize you on the first amount they decide on. So let's just say you're streaming 5 years. In my country, Canada revenue, if you make under a certain amount of money a year, you still have to claim. You don't have to pay taxes. But if you make over that, you have to pay taxes on that amount in that tax bracket. So let's just say I decide I'm not going to claim any of my streaming stuff, and I've been streaming 5 years, let's just say. You got to get the oil change in your car. You got to run. No worries. BattiePage, thank you and Dillinger for the information today. I found it very helpful myself. I really appreciate your time. Be safe out there. Be safe. Nothing weird, of course. You have to claim them. So let's just say I don't claim streaming for 5 years and then I get audited. They are like, well, you're now making, let's just say, $40,000 a year. They can penalize me on that $40,000, even though 5 years ago I was making nothing. They can go back the 5 years and penalize you at that interest rate of $40,000, right? Now, I don't know much about the IRS, but I'm going to assume Canada, CRA, and IRS are probably very close. I know here there's a threshold. I know in the United States there's a threshold. If you're becoming open monetization with Mixer, you've had to sign some information. Embers must be claimed. It is income. This is not free money. This is like as a waitress or a waiter, you have to claim your tips. It's exactly here on Mixer and Twitch and YouTube. Anywhere that gives you an income, it's considered a taxable income. Now, you might be lucky and not make that much, and your threshold in your country may be $1,500 a year, let's just say, right? So if you don't make $1,500, you're not going to have to pay taxes. You're gonna have to claim it, but you won't have to pay taxes, right? So I would check with your local government wherever you are, whether you are, if you're in Canada, the UK, Korea, United States, contact your local tax agency, see what you need to do. The last thing you want to do is get audited and have to pay thousands of dollars worth of back taxes. So be careful, because it won't be fun when you get a bill from IRS or Revenue Canada or wherever saying that you owe us $500,000, right? Because they can actually fine you on your top grossing amount. Even though 5 years ago you made nothing, they can tax you interest going back X amount of years on your top dollars. So be careful. PayPal, if you don't think they're going to find you, by law, PayPal has to do their taxes. Mixer has to do their taxes. This information that you get paid goes to the IRS because Mixer is American. So Mixer sends this paperwork and their taxes to the IRS. Let's just say they get audited, they go through. Now, there's your information. Oh, they didn't claim. Yeah, what's up, Book? What's your question? Okay, Embers, but you have to get $50. Yes, but you still have to. You still even. I don't know what the open monetization program is, but the paperwork should tell you what. Hi, YouTube addict. How are you? Your paperwork should tell you what your payout schedule is. I don't know. No worries, serial killer. Be safe. Stay warm out there. It's friggin' cold. Can I use brains to buy Ake an entrance title that says Ake cred? You could. You definitely could. Ake has a lot of brains. He could buy it himself as well. I mean, how does that work? Since I never get a payout, I shouldn't have to claim those, right? Not until you actually get something. And since you're in the States book, when it comes to tax time, Mixer will send you your tax forms. Anybody who is American and that is getting any money from Mixer, you will receive a tax form. I don't know what it's called in the United States, a W-5, or I really don't know what it's called in your country. In my country, it's a T4. So I get nothing from Mixer. I have to go back on my own recognizances and go to my PayPal. I have to print out my PayPal stuff, and that's how I do my taxes. Right? It's a W-2? Okay. So Mixer will send you tax information. That's what you're going to use for your taxes. If you're outside of the United States, Mixer does not send you tax information. It is up to you. What didn't I answer? Oh, Redeemed asked me a question. If my second toe is bigger than the first, what's that mean? Got a big second toe? Not too sure. It's T4 for you as well. You're Canadian. But yeah, that's claim your information, claim your taxes. Again, if you are in the United States and you're partnered with Mixer, Mixer should be sending you, you call it a W-2, should be sending you a W-2. If you don't make any money, you will still get your information. Now, I don't know how it works in your country, but I still have to file regardless. So even if I didn't make any sub money and I didn't make any tip money, I would still have to file my taxes. I obviously would make under the tax threshold. I would not have to pay taxes. I know after the start of the current fiscal year, back in April, I've earned just about 1,000. Yeah. So depending on your country, you may have to claim it, right? I don't know what your thresholds are in your country, so I would find out. And now in the States, is it different to each state? Like, is your tax bracket different per state? This is for a Streamloots test, a Friday the 13th Streamloots test. I know here in Alberta, we have separate tax brackets depending on your province. So you're going to want to check with your, like I said, you're going to want to check to your local tax people. So if you are in Alabama and you are earning money from streaming, you want to contact your IRS and find out what your threshold is. Ake, GG's Ake. I have no don't taxes here in my new state. Oh. That was Northern. That was for a Streamloots tests. Yeah, you said something about don't taxes in your new state, so I'm just agreeing with you. I'm like, okay. Thank you, Lacey. I appreciate it. Any other questions? Wow, very cool little bit of information there. I have no idea. I haven't done taxes in my new state yet. Yeah, there you go. Again, if you are working for an actual employer, they will give you that tax information. But if you are making money on Twitch as a Twitch affiliate or partner, or on Mixer's open monetization, or you're partnered, no matter what platform you are making money off of, always find out what your threshold is on paying taxes and claiming. Yeah. I am not showing any issues, so I have no idea. But Mixer is still having issues, so that notification has not disappeared yet. So I still have a triangle. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I work as a nanny for years through college, so I claim taxes here in the US. If you make less than 1,200, it is not taxable. Okay, but you still have to claim it. So if you made $1,000 for the year, you would still have to claim it, right? You may not have to pay taxes, but you do have to let your government know that, hey, I'm making money, and this is how much money I made. So be wary of that. Streaming is not free money. This is not free money. You have to claim it. Your tips are not donations. You are not a charitable organization. The only time it's considered a donation is when you are a charitable organization. So for instance, you're doing a stack up charity event. Any tips and any donations will go through Stack Up organization link and not my streaming link, right? And then that is considered a donation. If someone is going to tip me $20 for the ASCAP license, that is a tip and must be claimed, right? Only, no. And that's wrong with merch shops. If you are in the United States and you are a partner with Mixer, I don't know about non-partners. I don't know what you get because that shit wasn't around when I was on Mixer. You will get a W-2 from Mixer if you're in the United States. I get nothing from nobody. It's on me. Hi, Queen. How are you? Thank you for those sparks, ice. Glass. Why do I fucking say ice? A 1099. That's what it's called, Gamer Sass. You would receive a 1099. Oh, actual employees get W-2s. Okay. So yeah, I don't know the American lingo. But yes, okay. So Gamer Sass says technically a 1099 is what you would get from Mixer. Now I know as a partner, and I know partners in the United States, they do get tax forms from Mixer to claim their sub and embers, right? I don't know about open monetization. And thank you, Ake, for those embers. I do appreciate it. I'm doing great, Queen. Thank you for asking. Erratic, thank you for those sparks. If you are considered a contractor or some kind, you get a 1099. I don't think merch shops, etc. send you anything. Well, I don't get anything. Hi, Eric Code. How are you, darling? Right. Even non-partners had to fill out a 1099. Okay, so there you go. You should get information from them at tax time. I think that the 1099 only gets sent if you make over 500. Yeah, I don't know what it is. If you're outside of the United States, you get nothing. It's up to you to go to PayPal or wherever you do and print out your stuff. Right? Spore, holy shitballs. Thank you so very much. You just got yourself a chest. What type of chest do you want? And can I please get just the tip? Just the tip, please. I don't think PayPal does either because, no, they don't. PayPal sends you dick. Literally. Nothing. It's up to you to print that shit out. Just the tip. Thank you so much, Spore. I really appreciate that help towards the ASCAP license. Okay, no worries. How did it go? Thank you, Regal. But yeah, with PayPal, you do it all yourself. There goes Regal breaking stuff again. And it continues. I told you I'd help you out with it, and I appreciate that, Sport. Thank you. But yeah, PayPal is not going to send you nothing. Especially if you're outside of the United States, it's your due diligence to go on to PayPal. That's why my PayPal is used for nothing but content creation. I keep that separate from everything else because I have to print this log out of everything for the year. And I take that and I take it to my accountant. And then my accountant does that magic, right? So, awesome. No, you are more than welcome to talk about it. It's okay. But yes, PayPal is not going to send you anything. Mixer, if you make over a certain amount of money and in the United States, they will send you your tax forms. PayPal, Merch Room, T Public, anything like that, they're not going to send you anything. It is up to you to do that information. Again, if you're expecting to make money, you should have a business license. You should be doing this all the legitimate way. That's just the way I look at it. Zoom, wow, thank you for that, host, hon. This is considered a job. If you are accepting money of any kind, tips, subs, this is considered a job. It's considered income. And in my country and in my province, I have to have a business license, even though I'm doing it from the comfort of my own home. You're going to want to check with your local authorities in your local city or wherever you're at to see what you need. Because if anyone was to ever complain, let's just say my neighbor there who's attached to me was home and we're getting fucking feisty, I'm loud and we've got shit going, we're partying, we're doing whatever, right? My neighbor gets mad at me and decides, well, I'm going to put a complaint in. They put a complaint in, bylaw comes, they blah, blah, blah. If they find out that I'm technically making money from home and I'm not registered, I get a fine. And it's not cheap. Book says, so are you saying a streamer should get a business license? I would check and cover your ass. A business license here in my city is $150. In most Canadian cities, it's $150 for the year. It's something that you renew. Now, if you are doing this as a business, you are claiming taxes. Everything you do can be considered a tax credit. What does this mean? In my country, we have what's called GST. I run this as a business. I pay taxes. I claim everything. So I get to have tax credits. My internet, my entire internet bill, tax credit. The lights that I bought for the stream, tax, webcams, any advertising that I do. If I hired an artist, that artist gave me an invoice, that's marketing. Marketing and advertising. That is tax. Put it on your taxes. You bought yourself a garbage can for your office. Tax credit. You rent. A portion of your rent can be used. And this is why you have an accountant. You can go to H&R Block. You can go to whoever you want and have your taxes done. You can't have the Mounties crashing the party and taking your Molson away, eh? No, I can't have that morning. Everything you buy for your stream, and you need to find out your taxes in your country, but for me, everything I buy or use in my office, I write it off. I write off a portion of, I write off a portion of my cell phone bill. I also write off a portion of my cell phone, anything that I buy for the stream. So I buy these little guys from the dollar store. I keep the receipt. I write on the receipt what it was for. I file that receipt in my little accordion so that when I go to do my taxes, my accountant writes off everything I have listed. My accountant knows what I can write off, right? So she'll be like, you can do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, da, 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 da. She is the one who told me I can get my entire internet bill written off because I rely on the internet as a whole to run my business. So that's how I found that out. Your country is different. I have no idea about the United States. I claim everything. If you are considered a contractor, you can claim everything from the toilet paper that you buy for your bathroom. If I go and have a lunch, so let's just say I go and I have a lunch with, serial killer. Technically, serial killer is a content creator. I'm a content creator. If we talk about business, that's a lunch. That's a business lunch. Let's just say I go to PAC South. That is a convention to do with business. That is a convention that I run my business to go and network with. My airline, my hotel, My food, all of that in my country is considered a credit and can be on your taxes. Again, you want to contact your local companies. You want to contact your IRS or CRA or whatever the fuck you guys have. Contact an accountant or a bookkeeper. Ask questions. In the US, if you set yourself up as a business, the same applies. Anything spent for that business can be written off. It also is separate from the taxes for sole proprietorships and etc. Exactly. You have to be set up as an official business. Same here. No worries, Spore. Have a wonderful day, hon. I love your face. Same here. You have to be, you can't just say I'm a business. I'm a business. I have a business license. That is my certification that I am a certified business. Anybody can say they're a business, but you have to pay for a license to be an official business. You have to have, now there are, in my country, there are different licenses. I have a home-based business license, so it allows me to do certain things. I do have restrictions, like I can't have a parking lot in front, all that kind of shit, right? So I would contact your local city or whatever your stuff goes through, ask them questions. Doesn't hurt to ask questions. Contact the IRS, ask questions. I guarantee you can find this information out on their website. Exactly. Moving. If you own your business, which I own my business, if I moved to another province like I did, I claimed it all. Because I actually owned another business in where I used to live. I've actually owned several businesses and sold each and every business that I've had. Sounds like Canada and Australia have so much in common. Exactly, Error Code. We do. We have a lot in common when it comes to our countries. But be smart. Don't think you're getting over on the government. It doesn't matter if you don't get caught the first 10 years. Remember that. It doesn't matter. They can go back 7 years in my country. So think about that. If you decide I'm not going to claim any taxes, this is free money, and you made over the threshold, they find out about it, Canada Revenue can ding me on the current amount that I make going back 7 years. That's expensive after you do the interest rate from the government, and then the fine from the government. So be fucking careful. Don't think you're pulling one over the government's eyes, because Mixer submits their taxes. PayPal submits their taxes. So everything has a paper trail and can lead back to you. So be wary. Be wary. I used to have to claim my move because I sold so much. Yeah, right? But if you do this as a business, everything you buy for that business, you can write off. There is a streaming question I have, but since I need to get going, get out. Ask me right now, and I can say it, and then you can just watch the VOD or whatever. Any Halloween decorations that I buy for my stream, it's a write-off. Anything I buy is a write-off. Internet, heat, electric, if I wanted to, television. I don't have cable. I should say I don't pay for cable. That's what I should say. I got my cable for free for 2 years. My new headset, I can claim that. That's a business expense. A bookkeeper and or an accountant should be able to answer these questions for you, even without paying. A lot of places will allow you to ask X amount of questions before they expect a payment. Ask them questions, and I can guarantee you can find most of this information online. What? I just got a strange message from Heavy, and I can't dictate what he just fucking said. He's typing like me. Gonna stop, whatever that word is, to make Bro cookies, FFS. Gonna stop blank to make bro 3 and or cookies, for fuck's sakes. That's exactly what I'm reading. I have no fucking idea what he's saying. No idea. He's typing like me when I type to him, because there's this shit that I say that comes out of these fingers that I type. He's like, what the fuck did you just text me? I'm like, I have no idea what I just fucking text you. Yep, no worries. Love your face, Kay. Thank you for your help. And it is 3 o'clock. So with that being said, I am going to show you guys the highlight reel. We have our highlight reel from last week with the clips that you guys created. And then we also have our, this day in horror as well, and our credits. So let me pull up the video, and I'm going to show you the video. It is on YouTube as well as Facebook. So everything that you guys see will be up there. And this is scheduled, so it's not up on YouTube just yet, but it will be. And we're going to make sure that's loud and proud. And then we're going to open it over here, do a full screen. And I will, of course, screen capture, smart selection. This is our highlight reel from last week. Truth hurts. What are you talking about? YouTube? Anyways, this is our highlight reel from last week, from the 5th to the 11th of the shenanigans that went on in stream. On my recliner couch. Shh. Heavy doesn't eat chocolate because he's allergic to sugar. But the spawn does. Oh, Jesus. You're coming up out of nowhere. He did. 26 ninjas hitting me and running. 26 ninjas. I did it again. I just said 76. Where I say 76 ninjas instead of 26 ninjas. It's on her as well.
1, 2, let's come.
This one's gonna be hard to hear. This is gonna be hard to hear, but it's me lip syncing to Metro's talking. You dirty bitch. But that is the highlight reel of last week's highlight reel. You will be able to catch that on YouTube. You'll be able to catch it on Facebook as well if you are part of the Facebook group or part of my Facebook page. You will be able to see that highlight reel. You on fire. After this video, we will head into our credits, and then you'll see what I have for the ending scene. But I have a couple of things that are scheduled on YouTube to go out, so stay tuned on that. We will have all of the highlight reels will be up on YouTube. Anything that I have done today, Streamer Chat Tuesdays, will be up on YouTube and Twitch for you to peruse. Mama Ducky, thank you for those embers, and you take care. I hate doing laundry. Blah. I hate laundry, but I do like the smell of clean laundry. You got yourself 50,000 brains. So Lacey, those embers, you should have said, I got it. I'm going to keep reminding you to say, I got it. Just so that, because tomorrow is a different day. Thursday is another day. Friday is another day. I need to make sure that you can remember to say, got it, because we don't want to double dip, right? I do my own laundry, dishes, and clean my own house too. GG's for you, eh? GG's on you. Do we have any other questions for Streamer Chat Tuesdays? I've gone over the two things that I thought was very important and that we've been asked about throughout the week. Personal information hiding your personal info, and modding. You said that was sarcasm. No, Moss believed it. No, I did not say it was sarcasm. GG's. Why is there Oreos next to me and not in my mouth? I don't know. They need to be. Backwoods bullshit. Jason, Michael, bring it back, bitch. What program do I need to show Streamloots on my channel when I stream? You need a bot. Mix it up bot. So if you are natively streaming from Xbox, this will not be able to happen, okay? Because you will need broadcasting software like XSplit or OBS unless you are using Lightstream, okay? Yeah, you're leaving. Goodbye. But yes, in order for certain things to show up on your stream. Oh my goodness, 8 friggin' months, Devil Dog. Thank you, Devil, for the resub. I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much for those 8 amazing months. I love your face. Haley Dawn, thank you for that host, darling. Get that sub hype, guys. We don't have a resub emote, but the minute we are able to open up another emote, we will definitely do so. We can also do sub hype if you want to get in on that. Anyone can do sub hype. Yeah, Lacey, the only ways you can show things up on your stream is 1, broadcasting software, or 2, Lightstream. Lightstream allows you to have some things, right? Not everything. It allows you to have some things. It doesn't allow you to have Capamon, which is like the little zombie that I have down there. But it does allow you to have like Stream Labs alerts. I'm not 100% sure about Streamloots, as I do not use Lightstream. I never have.